minutes till live. British people brush their teeth,
I've got an hour.
No, like literally like 2 minutes till live.
Oh, you're 6 hours behind us, yeah?
5, buddy.
Well, 5?
Yes, 5.
Man, how did anyone say so?
Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Nathan Kranzo. We're here for the Penguin Live event, and I'm very excited because I've actually worked with this gentleman a few times. He's from across the pond, as we say, all the way from England, and his effects have kind of found their way into a lot of professionals, some of my friends, and the coolest thing is I've actually seen him wow some people personally myself. So Penguin Live is very excited to welcome the one and only and the amazing Jon Allen. Let's get a big round of applause for Jon Allen. Contain the excitement.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining me. I'm very excited to be here. And I'm going to be showing you quite a few things, explaining things, having a bit of a chat, and basically just having a good time here with everyone. Now I need someone to name a color. So could you just name any color?
Green.
Green. Red would have been better, but that's okay. Now, is there anyone here who's actually celebrating anything? No?
Anniversary.
An anniversary? Like today?
It's actually coming up
In 2 years. So the answer is no, is what you're basically looking for. Well, for 2 years' time, you can keep this balloon. No? Okay. Excuse me just a second. How will be for you for your anniversary for 2 years' time? It's okay, don't worry about it. I'll keep it. Now, this I call the Grab It production. And for this I've produced a bottle of Coca-Cola, if we're allowed to advertise, but it's too late. And I'm going to be drinking this, so you won't get to have it for your anniversary. But this is how I start off if I'm doing a stage show, or I can actually produce any type of bottle, or, as I'll tell you in a moment, you can produce anything. I call it the Grab It production. I use a bottle, but it can be anything, and I'll show you a couple of things that can be used for it. Now, here's the thing. This started off, I used to do the bottle production the usual way, which was just to have the bottle tucked into my pocket, like this. Yeah. I know Bob Reed popularized this sort of production, and the usual way is to grab the bottle, pull it out like this. Yeah. But there's a couple of reasons why I didn't really like this. The first thing is that with bottles, they can slip down, especially if they're smooth side and they're narrower at the top than they are at the bottom. And once it starts slipping, you're not going to stop it. You are not going to beat gravity. So that's the one reason I thought about changing it. The other thing was that I produce a bottle like this. And that says I've just pulled it out from somewhere. Okay? That's the other thing I wasn't too keen on with the bottle. The other thing was with the balloon. I won't blow it up all the way, but you have to hold the balloon like this, behind your hand. Yeah? And the thing with behind your hand is you don't get to actually control the balloon when you're reaching for the bottle. So it's going to be all over the place like this. And I don't know about you, but that's not really a natural way to hold things. Yeah? So if I've got a cup, I'm going to hold it like this. I will not hold the cup balanced like this and try to drink from it. So to hold a balloon like this didn't really seem natural. So I changed these two things. First thing was the bottle. Not like this. Instead, I have it like this. So now, this goes in here. So with a bottle that is narrow leading to the wider bit, it's not going to fall down. The wider bit is at the top, it will not fall down. Secondly, when I produce the bottle, as you see, it comes out and I produce it on the palm of my hand. So it's almost as though the balloon that was on the palm of my hand has now changed places with the bottle, or it's appeared from the balloon. And it's a very open, natural way to hold the bottle. So if I put all that together, just one other little tip for this, I look at where the front of the bottle is, and I hold it just as I'm producing it, and I put it back, and then I know that I'm at exactly the same angle, or the right angle, to actually produce it front on. So you have the balloon, blow up, tie a knot. Now here's the action. I hold it like this, and as you can see, I'm actually holding it tight with my fingers like this. I can reach for the bottle just here. Yeah, you'll be able to see the bottle, just the top of the bottle there. That's perfect. And what I'm going to do is, as I burst the balloon, the bottle comes out, it revolves around. But that action is covered by me reaching up here for the knife, I burst it, and I produce. Okay. I'll just do that one last time. This is full speed. Unfortunately, I can't slow down the balloon bursting. So it's here, my index finger and my thumb are what reach the bottle, and then I'm going to turn it. I'll try and do it as slowly as I possibly can. I've got hold of the bottle. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. And there's the bottle, and I think that's a really good bottle production. It's called the grab it production. All right, now, I did say that it's not just a bottle production. It's called the grab it production, and here's why. Okay. Here's just a couple of other things. If I wanted to produce a box, let's say, I can actually have the box in here. Anything that fits into my trousers, I can produce. That sounds wrong, but let's go with it. So if I wanted to produce a box, I can just produce a box. If I wanted to produce maybe not a hardbound book, but a softbound book. Softbound book is here. The angles are actually quite good. And if I'm holding the balloon, I can reach in, I can burst, and I can produce the book. Yeah. So don't think of it as a bottle production. Think of it as anything you can grab into your hands, you can actually produce. All right. So that is the grab it production. Hang on. Oh. Sorry. Anything. I said I would open it. I think oh, hang on. Steady. Easy. Not over the mat. All right. Now, does anybody have a dollar bill, a 5, a 10, a 20, anything like that? You have? Excellent. I will borrow it. Thank you very much indeed. You have a 1. So you've been out working again, have you? All right. Now it doesn't actually matter with American money because it's all pretty much the same size. Yeah. So I'm going to fold it in half, quarters, more quarters, just at fingertips. Come here. From a 1 to a $100 bill.
Nice.
This is yours. If you want it, you don't have to have it. You can have it if you want. Yeah. Empty hands. Your $100 bill if you want it back. You had your chance. You waited far too long. Right. Now, I'm not going to teach the bill switch, but I will teach I call it the tipless bill switch holdout. Now, you can do this wearing a t-shirt, long sleeves, naked if you want, but I wouldn't advise that for most jobs. Yeah. Let me just fold up the $100 bill. Okay. Now, this actually goes under my watch strap. Now, the good thing with this is that when you fold it into 16ths, you've got the soft edge, which is where all the outside bits are, and this is the hard edge where all the folds are. And it's the hard edge that actually goes under the watch strap. Yeah. So even if you're wearing a t-shirt or short sleeves, you can show your hands pretty empty. I can then borrow any denomination, a 1.
I wanted you to have a big change.
A 1 to 100. 50 to 100, still a change. All right. So I can show it all around, and what I'm doing is I can show this side, I can show this side. And I'm just moving the note around. Yeah. Show the back, the front, moving the note around, and at some point, as I turn to show that side, you can see that that my hand is going to come into contact with this dollar bill just here. So as I show it, my hand comes into contact, and I can just pick it up and bring it into play. Do whichever type of bill switch that you want. Also, it's actually quite slippery. Okay. Open it up, show the change. So you've shown bare hands to the $100 bill. And what I will do now, as I show the 100, if I want to give them the 100, which I won't be doing, I will switch it back to my right hand, and again, I just do the opposite to how I got it, and I can just slide it back in. So now when I'm showing it, I can show my hands are empty, it's just the $100 bill, and that is a very clean way to do a $100 bill switch. You can keep it. I want it back. I do want it back. Okay, live. All right, I would like someone to come up and help me, if you can. Yeah, would you come up and help? Yeah. Let me just see. I think you can just stand here. And sir, your name is
Nathan.
Nathan. No, we've never met before.
No.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let me go for one more, which we shall have as that one there. All right. Nathan, do you have any psychic ability?
Not really.
I knew that you'd say that. No. What I'm going to ask you to do, take this card, hold it in your other hand, and don't look at it just yet. Okay? With this card, I'd like you to place it on top of that card or underneath. It's entirely up to you. You gave that a little bit of thought. I appreciate that. Okay, we keep going. A little bit too.
Wherever I want?
Wherever you want. Okay, that's fine. You're giving it a little less thought now that...
I like this rhythm.
Yep.
Oh, I second guess myself.
Oh, don't do that. All right. Don't drop them, whatever you do. All right, that's fine.
Oop.
Let's not even bother with that one. Hang on a second. I think that was a misprinted card there.
Happens.
Yep. Oh, are you second guessing yourself again?
It's dramatic that way, right?
All right. You happy with that? You have no idea what these cards are?
I don't, honestly.
No? And you have absolutely no idea of whether you've been putting them on top or underneath? Yeah?
No.
If I can borrow your hand, let's see what you've been doing, yeah? We shuffle the cards, you chose. We have one red card here, another red card, a red card, a red card, a red card. I think you did pretty
Cheater.
well. I wasn't the one that cheated. You were the one that cheated. Good decisions, mate. Good decisions. All right. Can you just stay here for the explanations? Sure, yeah. All right. I don't know how that misprinted card got in there. So this is called executive decision, and the person who comes up is going to make all the decisions. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 black cards, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red cards. What I do is I keep them separated out just like this. All right? The person just assumes that they're just random cards, yeah, just random cards. And as long as I keep the cards separated when I shuffle, I can take off blocks of cards like this. But when I get to the middle, I just want to run single cards. And then when I know I've gone past the middle, I can just run blocks. Yeah? And I can do that as many times as I like, as long as I keep those middle cards just run singularly. I'm okay. And as you can see, with a little bit of luck, they're still separated. So now what I do is I ask the person to hold up their hand, take that card. It doesn't matter what this card is, okay, but don't look at it. Yeah, don't look at it. And now I get them to make the decisions. You can either place it on top or underneath, and I count how many cards I'm giving them. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. At this point, I don't care where these cards go. Yeah? All I know is you've taken 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. Now I know that having given you 9 cards, I'm left with all the red ones, and if you can just show those, Nathan, you have got all the black ones. All right? So now I'm interested in where these cards go. And so what I'm going to do, if you can put them back into that hand, just holding them, I'm just going to count how many cards go on top. Yeah? So at the moment you put that on the bottom, so I'm thinking none. I'm thinking none. And now I'm thinking 1. still 1, still 1, 2, thank you, still 2, 3, 4.
So you just worry about the top.
So I just worry about the top because I know that automatically, if I know there's 9 cards, 4 cards on the top, 5 cards on the bottom, this is the situation that I'm in. So from their point of view, they're thinking all the cards are being mixed, red, black, but I know in this case, I've got 5 red cards on the bottom, 4 red cards on the top. So all I need to do now to get the effect is to either get the top cards to the bottom or the bottom cards to the top. And what I usually do is go for the smallest amount. So in this case, it's only a matter of 1. It doesn't really matter. And I could do a pinky count from the bottom for 5 cards, or what I can do is just spread the cards. I've got those 4 red cards. Yeah, these are all the black cards. And as I ask the question, if you ever want someone to look away from your hands, just ask them a question and say, do you have any psychic ability at all? And I can do a spread pass or a regular pass or whatever. So it would look like this. Do you have any psychic ability at all?
No.
No. You changed your mind from before when you did. So what I want to do, and I do this quite a lot, is I'm very, very fair right after I've been very, very sneaky. Yeah. So I've done the pass. And I've done everything I need to do, so now I can be very, very hands-off. You say, okay, I'm not going to change the order of the cards, even though I just did. I say I'm not going to. Ask for their hands. You didn't know which cards you were putting on the top. They were reds and blacks.
Correct.
Just re-emphasizing the fact that they were all mixed together. And now I can just go through. You have the black cards, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And rather than maybe dealing out all the red cards, you can just fan them to show that they've separated all the red cards from all the black cards.
The spectator can fan too, right?
No such thing as spectators. No such thing as spectators. The helper, the participant, anybody but a spectator. But yeah, if they can fan, but normally I don't get a magician up from my audience to help me, so they'll be there going, I can't do this. How do you do it, Mr. Magician? All right, but thanks, Nathan. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, and that is called executive decision. Okay. Let me just get one of these. All right. I'm going to try something with just a couple of random cards. So let me just give this a quick go. Just a very, very simple cut, he says. And I'll just follow that with maybe another, if I can, just a simple cut, if possible. Just to find the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4 aces. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Oh, thank you very much indeed.
Twins would be proud.
Now, do you have a favorite ace?
Yes, I do.
What you do? That's quite sad. But that's okay. Please, what is your favorite ace?
My favorite ace is the ace of hearts.
Really? That's quite even more sad. But I was thinking you were going to say ace of spades, but the ace of hearts. All right. Now, if I just take one of the aces face down, one of the aces face up, one of the aces face down, and one of the aces face up, turn them all face down. Just wait a couple of seconds. Perfect. We'll find that they all turn face down. So exciting was that, I will do it again. One ace face down, one ace face up, one ace face down, one ace face up. Turn them over. Just wait a few seconds. Not as long that time. And once again, they all turn face down. Now, do you remember earlier I did ask you what was your favorite ace, and you said, surprisingly, it was the ace of hearts. Just a little wave, and there for all to see is the ace of hearts. And that is called sad aces. Now, these 3 things go very well together, and I'll explain each one. If you just want to go and get yourself a deck of cards, I'll wait just for a second. All right, so you've got yourself a deck of cards, and I will show you. You start off with the aces on the bottom. If you want to have them in clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds order when they are revealed, you don't have to, but if you want to be like that, have them in clubs, diamonds, spades, and hearts. Let me turn it that way around so you can see clubs, hearts, clubs, diamonds, spades, hearts, and then reverse the diamond. That is all you need to do. Those go on the bottom of the deck. Now, I'll teach you the first false cut, and that cut I call Basil. And the reason I call it Basil is because of Fawlty Towers. You're probably all looking at me going, we've never heard of Fawlty Towers. So here is the cut. I don't have to worry about the aces at the beginning. But what I will do, and I actually hold cards in my right hand, but let's not get into that. So I'm going to hold the cards into my left hand in the middle grip, and I swing cut about a quarter of the deck. Yeah. So I swing cut about a quarter of the deck, and that puts the main body next to the base of my thumb. I lift off about 2/3. That third on the bottom, I revolve around, ready for a Charlier cut. At the same time, I open up these, put it against my thumb, and I'm going to change the order. So the top packet goes to the bottom, and the bottom goes to the top. Keep them separated with the index finger, and at the same time, they're going to weave in between those two packets as well, just before I complete the Charlier cut. I can let them fall, and this acts as a really nice in-jog, just here. Push forward with my thumb, revolve around. The middle packet is going to go on top, and this on top, and then this packet will go on top of everything. And believe it or not, with all of that, it is actually a false cut. Yeah. Let me show you. Jack of clubs on the bottom, two of spades on the top. Do it one more time. Swing round, lift off, swing back. Ready for a Charlier. Separate. Separate to here. Get the packet in jog. Revolve around. Put everything back. Once again, Jack of clubs on the bottom, two of spades on the top. So that is called Basil. Now, if you wanted to do the 4-ace production, okay, I'll show you. There's two ways to produce aces. I'll show you how to produce all four in different parts of the pack. You need to get a break above that face-up ace. You'll see why you've had to reverse this ace a little bit later. I get a little finger break just above it. And what I will do is, as I'm going to do a false cut, I'll teach you the false cut first, and then you'll find the 4 aces are a little bit easier. The false cut is you swing cut the top third into your hand. With my little finger and my index finger, I'm just going to lever up that packet, and I'm going to swing cut another third into my hand. It's exactly the same thing. This packet will go back on top where it started. This packet will go underneath where it started, and that's all there is to it. I'll show you at full speed again. And it seems like it's difficult, and it's sort of the balance between easy and difficult. It's not multiple packets, it's just a nice 3-packet false cut. So I'll show you the 4-ace production. Remember, there's a break above the face-up ace. And I'm going to do that same cut, but I'm going to be pulling away aces as I go. Ace on the bottom is the first one to go, and I'm just going to be using the base of my finger here, and friction is going to slide that away. As soon as I touch it with my finger here, it's going to get pulled away. And that's going to happen underneath that packet. So you can just see the ace gets pulled away underneath that packet. So that's the first ace gone. I lift up. I try not to let the people see that there is the ace, so I hold it more towards me. And now I'm going to swing cut the next third of the packet. And if I just turn around this way, you'll see that as I put it into my hand, my little finger is in just the right place to pull it away underneath that packet. So now I have an ace on this packet, I have an ace left on this packet, and I have 2 aces here. There's an ace here, and there's a face-up ace underneath. So now all I need to do is produce them. And this is very, very simple. I'm just using physics, gravity, and a little bit of biology as well to produce them. My thumb goes underneath, so there's going to be the first ace, the ace of spades. My thumb contacts that ace of spades, lifts up, and there you can see that reverse card. And I'm just going to turn it over, and I'm going to out-jog it at the same time. So it out-jogs, lands on top. I do the same thing with the ace of hearts. My index finger, my little finger go out the way, and my thumb contacts it. I lift up, revolve round, so that's the second ace. Third ace is on the face of this packet. as I apparently, well, I'm just going to drop it on, but my thumb accidentally gets in the way in a kind of, I meant it to kind of way. So as it comes down, my thumb is there, and again, it contacts that ace, as you can see, revolves around, flips it over, so now I've got 3 aces produced. Now this is the reason that I reversed that ace, because now it is round the right way. If you wanted to do it from, let's say, a shuffle deck, it would be this way round. So what you'd need to do is just maybe buckle it, reverse it, and produce. But what's nice with this, because it's already in position, I'll just turn it around here. This looks kind of the best, but it's the easiest. All I do, snap, and it just kicks out. This is the very, very difficult method from behind. Here's my ace, just here, and I'm just going to snap, kick it out with my fingers. Yeah. But from the front, it just looks very, very visual. There's the 3 aces. There's the 4th. And what I've now got is the 4 aces. 1, 2, 3, 4 aces produced from different parts of the deck. Now, if I wanted to produce them singularly, very, very quickly, I can produce them singularly. It looks nice, straight onto the table. Yeah? I can do that same false cut, which looks very, very flashy, to produce the 4 aces. There's the 1. There's the 2, 3, and surprisingly, I wonder what the last card is going to be. It is the 4th ace. Right. Very, very quickly show you that one. All I do is I get a buckle underneath the bottom ace. Just a little finger break with my little finger, funnily enough. That gets transferred to the thumb. And I'm going to be doing that same 3-packet false cut, but now, as my hands come across, I'm going to let that card just fall off my thumb onto the table. But to all intents and purposes, it looks like it just comes from the middle of the deck. And by putting the cards back under, in the same order, I've still got all the aces underneath. All the attention is going to be on this card. As I show it, I'm getting another break. I just buckle the cards, get another break above the next card, and I can just do the same thing. Now, if you do like a multiple selection and you want to do this just for one particular card, you can do it, and of course the deck is in the right order to produce all the other cards. Or, as I said, if you want to do a 4-ace routine and you want to produce all the 4 aces, it's just a really nice visual way to produce the 4 aces. And that is called 4 Musketeers. All right, let me just go and quickly get this from here. All right. This is going to be my prediction just on the table there, and I will need a Sharpie. Nathan, would you mind coming up to help me, please? Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. As I go through the cards, please just say stop.
Stop.
Okay, just here. Do you have any idea what card you stop me at?
I don't.
Okay, you don't really, do you? Have a guess?
5 of spades.
Oh, it's the 4 of hearts. You were so close. Not really. What I'd like you to do is to write your normal check signing signature on the face of that 4 of hearts. Yep, that's it. I'll put the lid back because you don't care. All right. Yeah, so that is your signature, yeah? Now, let me just show you, our signatures are very, very different, yeah? We can see that. Everyone's signature tells us something about them. Now, I know quite a little bit about this. Now, I can see that you've angled your signature upwards, which means you're very ambitious in life, yeah? Yeah. All of those spikes, that means you're very creative, yes. Yeah? And just the way that you've done a very tall N, that says that you're very popular with the women.
This is amazing.
It is, and it's very true. Now mine, you're not disagreeing with any of it, are you? Mine actually goes straight across, which means I'm not very ambitious at all, and that means I'm not very creative, and that bit just there, that means I'm English. Yeah, you're not buying any of this. Now, if I take your 4 of hearts, I'll lose it in the pack using any type of cut you like. It's a little bit familiar. Just a little bit. Just any kind of random cut you want to do. And but did you notice what I did? Yeah, you saw your 4 of hearts go into here. And if I just take a look, there's the 4 of spades. We're looking for the 4 of hearts was your card, yeah? We'll just take a little bit of a look. There's the 4 of diamonds. That scared me just a little bit. Ace of hearts. There's a few aces together. I don't know what all that's about. Just have a little bit of a look. There's the 3 of hearts, the 4 of clubs. Absolutely no 4 of hearts whatsoever. Now, looking at our signatures, we're kind of opposites with the personality. So, do you just want to show everybody what's on the opposite side of my signature? Take a look yourself. It is your signed card.
We're together.
We are together in a kind of just for the card trick kind of way.
Okay.
All right. Now, I will explain, if you'd like. This is called One Trick, Two Names. Okay, and thank you very much, Eddie. You can go sit down. If I need you, I will call you. And you need just a couple of gimmicks for this. You need one double blue back card and one red-blue double back card. On the red side of the red-blue double back card, you want to write your signature. Yeah, however you want to write your signature, but make sure that you can duplicate it pretty well. Doesn't have to be exact, but pretty well on another card, a red card. Yeah. What you want to do is, if in this case the Four of Hearts, I took out the blue backed Four of Hearts, so that when we go through the deck, we don't see a non-signed Four of Hearts. Yeah. So that card will go on top of the deck. The double blue back card will go on top of everything. Then you're set. Bring out this card, place it on the table, just like that. Now, I'm going to ask someone to name a card, and what I do, as I do that, I just cut the cards, and I hold just a very, very minute break, as big as you like. I tell the person as I go through the cards, just say stop. You say stop.
Stop.
I ignore where he actually wants me to stop, and I just cut to the break. So now on top, it's exactly as it was, the double back card and the red card. Now, I could just do just a double turnover to show the Four of Hearts. But what I like, just to get a moment, is to say, do you have any idea what card you stopped me at?
No.
No. You can take a guess. If he says the Five of Spades, I can turn it over and show, oh, it's nowhere near. If it was like the Four of Diamonds, you go, oh, that was so close, the Four of Hearts. If they actually say the Four of Hearts, or the card that it is, you can turn it over and they will look quite surprised, yeah, because they weren't expecting to get it right. And what you've done is you've created a moment from nothing. Instead of just going ahead to do the move, ask them a question. If they get it right, it's great. If they get it wrong, you've still got a little bit of business. So what this does is it draws attention to the card and the blue back. Do you know what the card is? No, the Four of Hearts is here. Now they think that this has got a blue back, but in fact this is the red card. Place it down, ask them to sign their name. They sign their name on the card. And now I'm going to compare the signatures. That's why I need to pick up this card, just to compare the signatures. And it's at this point that I want to say nice things about the person. What you don't want to do is to say, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. They didn't stand a chance with you there, did they? You know, you don't want to say anything like this. And the conviction you got for that was, don't say anything bad, say nice things about them. I always try and say, you know, you're very ambitious, you're very creative, very funny, just positive things about the person. And at some point I need a little bit of misdirection. I don't really need it, but it's always better to have it if possible. And I say something like, that tall thing there means you're very good with the women, or very popular with the women, or, you know, you're very good with money. Just anything that will get a reaction from them and someone else. And what I will do at that point is I will switch the two cards. I'll do that without the deck, just to show you. I'm holding it just between my index finger, middle finger and thumbs, and as I come across, remember this is a red back card, they think this is a blue back card. It comes across, and I just switch the cards. Now this has got a blue back, which is what they expect. This has got a red, this is the red back, which they have already seen, and they'll be expecting it. One little discrepancy. I don't know if you noticed in the performance, the palm up with a red back, palm down with a red back. I can honestly say that no one's ever pulled me up on this, but if you're worried, as you turn around, just revolve the card so it's palm up, which is what it should be. But here's what I've done. I've switched out their card for my one, even before the trick started. That goes straight down. The trick is pretty much over before it starts, which is a great way to be. And now I'm going to cement the fact that this is their card, and I say, and we're going to take your, and I act as though I've forgotten what the card is. And it is just a great way to cement that idea. The Four of Hearts. And I'm looking at their card. I say, oh yeah, it's the Four of Hearts. This person will think to themselves, that's my card. But it's not. It's the double backer, and I put it on top. And now I need to do any type of full shuffle, false cut, anything that keeps the top 2 cards in place. Yeah. Anything you like, doesn't matter. These 2 cards are on top of the deck. Yeah. So now what I need to do is go through the deck of cards, but hide this double red backer, and this double blue backer is going to do that for me. Nathan actually chose the Four of Hearts, and what I will do is maybe find some other hearts, some other fours. In this case, the Four of Clubs is quite close. I turn these over, showing the blue backs, they go on the bottom of the deck. Go through some more cards. There's the Ace of Hearts, turn it over, put it on the bottom of the deck. These are the face-up cards. There's the Four of Diamonds, turn it over. So when I eventually get to a blue back card, it's going to seem as though I've gone through the entire deck and their card will have been shown to have not been in here at all. I slow down when I think that I'm coming to the end, and there is the blue back card. So from their point of view, I've gone through everything, but underneath there is the red back card. So what I can now do is spread them onto the table, and you get this nice image of all the blue cards. I will bunch these up just a little bit because I don't want that to be seen. Bunch them up a little bit. You get this nice image of all the blue cards, and the red card has been there the whole time. I'm kind of rewriting history because I did pick it up. I say, it's been sitting there the whole time. I don't want to touch it, and I don't want to touch it. What I'm not going to do is pick up, for some reason, these 2 cards, and I mean, I can't do it anyway, but normally if you've got 1 card sitting there, this is the moment when you're going to actually do the switch. And I think that's a really bad moment. And if I don't want to touch this card, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to say, here, you turn it over. So I say, I'm not going to touch it. Please turn over the card that's been sitting there the whole time, and they can turn it over to show it is their signed Four of Hearts. And they will get to keep it. And that I call 1 trick and 2 names. There you go. All right, let me just get rid of those gimmicks. And I will try something else. It kind of uses the same move, so I would advise not to do these 2 things together. All right. So, Nathan, would you mind? We will have already seen your signature. Take the pen, and as I go through the cards, I'd like you just to say stop.
Stop.
Just there. I'd like to sign this to the Ace of Diamonds. I'd like to sign the Ace of Diamonds for me. Fantastic. Yeah, whenever a magician blows on a signature, there, okay. And seeing as you're just up, you can be someone else. I know you have multiple personalities.
I'm back.
Yeah. Just say stop.
Stop.
Just there. The 7 of Hearts for you. So if you can write
different signature.
Different signature. Yeah.
It's different.
I was just wondering what the name was, but that's the other person's.
We'll call that Matt.
Matt, or Matt, as we call it in England, goes in here. Now we have 2 people. Each signed a card, okay? Now, Matt,
yes.
Come back with us. Matt, would you like me to find your card the easy way or the difficult way?
Let's do the difficult way.
Okay, it is very difficult to get your card to reverse without doing anything. I've just done it. I'll show you. If I go through the cards, we'll find hopefully 1 card reversed. Matt, is that your signature?
Yes.
It is your signature? All right. Now, Nathan, would you like me to find your card the easy way or the difficult way?
I'm sticking with difficult.
You're sticking with difficult? It's very difficult to get away with doing exactly the same thing. You should know this. Let's have a look. Okay, now Matt, your card was about there. And Nathan, I think your card is a little bit further down. It is here. This is your signed Ace of Diamonds, yes? All right. Now, if I could just find Matt's card, which... where's Matt's card? There we go. We have this is Nathan's Ace of Diamonds. Matt, this is your 7 of Hearts, yeah? If I just take the 2 cards together, you can put the Sharpie down just for a moment, okay? On the table, because it's mine, okay? That's okay. I'm going to place onto your hand, if you can take your other hand, okay? Squeeze tight. A little bit of overacting there. You can lift up the hand, and you'll find...
Like that?
That was great. That was like, we needed some heat. And you'll find that those two separate cards have now fused, thanks to Matt Nathan, into one single card.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, would you like to learn how it's done?
I would.
I will tell you.
Do you need my hands?
Yeah, we'll use your hands, okay. And what I have here is just a double red back card. A double red back card and our good friend, the overexposed double facer. Now again, what I will do is take out the ace of diamonds and 7 of hearts from the deck so that we don't accidentally see it. The double face goes on the face, double back goes on the back. I was hoping you'd join in there. The double face on the face, double backer on the back. Now I need to force this card. I do it with, it's a kind of a variation of the Hindu shuffle, where I'm just doing a regular overhand shuffle. Just a regular overhand shuffle, and if you can just say stop.
Stop.
And what I do is I just shove those on the bottom of the deck. That's the force. No one's ever gone, hang on a second, didn't those start on the bottom and you just put them? No one ever will ever say that. The 7 of hearts, you will then sign the 7 of hearts. That is fine. I get a break underneath 2 cards, so that's the double face card and a regular card. Now, if I just turn over this card and take that off, people will see the ace of diamonds. So what I will do is I will just leave this face up, and I'll just do a wrist kill to cover it, peel this off, and turn it around like that. Yep. I'll just show you that again. So I have the 7 of hearts here. Yeah. I turn it over, I kill my wrist here, so that people can't see that this is a different card and they don't see the ace of diamonds. That will go just anywhere in the deck. Yeah. Now I've reversed it, we can have a different card to be forced. I just do a regular shuffle, and Nathan, just say stop.
Stop.
He says stop, put it back on the bottom. Exactly the same force. Ace of diamonds, they will write their name here. Do exactly the same thing, get a break underneath the 2 cards. Turn it face down, and again, I really don't want this card to see because it's already the 7 of hearts. Kill the wrist, put it in, put it flat, flush. Now, I need to get this card to the middle. If you just want to cut the cards casually, you can. If you want to do an invisible pass, you can. I can't, but you can. What I do is I just go through the cards saying the 2 cards are somewhere in the deck. Yeah? So if I just have the cards somewhere in the deck, what I'm doing is I'm covering this card with my hand, and I'm kind of emphasizing this section a little bit more so they're not really interested in here. It's only a brief moment, a brief flash, and then I put the cards back again, cuts it to the middle. And now say, would you like me to find it the easy way or the difficult way?
Difficult.
If they say difficult, say it's very hard to turn your card over doing nothing. If they say easy, say easy.
Easy.
Thank you very much indeed. I say it's very easy to turn your card over without doing anything. You just say whatever needs to be said. Yeah? I can go through the cards, and of course one card will be face up. It is the second person's card, the ace of diamonds. Now, what I'm going to be doing is turning that so it's the same way round as the rest of the cards. But by doing that, I've reversed that double facer, and now it's the other card. Now, if I just put the card there and then squared it up, that second card will be found in exactly the same position as the first card, and I don't want that. So what I will do is as I turn it over, I'll just put it out to the side, put a few cards underneath it, and shove it back in the deck. Just culling it, basically. But what it does is it puts it into a different position, and now I say to the first person, would you like me to find your card the easy way or the difficult way? Again, whichever way they say, and I get this really nice subtlety to be able to say, your card was here, somewhere around here, and the second person's card is now nearer the bottom. So I've actually separated out, even more so, those 2 cards. Now I'm going to find the first person's card, and I'm going to be looking for apparently the first signed card. Where is it? It is here. Let's put it in the middle a little bit more.
Perfect position.
Perfect position. It's here. Now, it looks as though I found the other person's signed card, but as you can see, and as I'll show you, I've just found the double backer. So what I will now do is take it out, and I'm going to do that same move as I did with the signatures. Yeah, this is the first person's card. This is the second person's card. Yeah, see, that's why I wouldn't do these 2 tricks together. Okay, this is the first person's signature. This is the second person's signature. I'm going to square up these two cards. Square up these two cards, but as I ask for one of the hands to be lent to me, I'm just going to drop that double backer back on top, but carry on squaring up the cards, yeah?
Did you purposely leave me with the marker? So I kind of had to...
No, I just thought you wanted to
Okay,
steal
gotcha.
it from me.
I kind of did, yeah.
A jobbing pro.
was-
I'll take everything I can get.
Everything goes in the right
All right. So I've squared it up, and I just carry on squaring them even after I've dropped it on top. Ask for the first hand, place it on top. Ask for the second hand. If it's a couple, and I do this at weddings or anniversaries, it's really nice. You get the two hands, whatever. If they're friends, whatever you want to say, they lift up that hand, you did it again, and now those two cards have simply become one. And they get to keep that as a memorable, memorable souvenir. Okay? You can keep that as a souvenir if you like. You don't have to.
I will keep it forever.
Well, great. Great. All right, let me do something that is away from cards. In a way. Okay. Book test. Book test. Actually, Nate, seeing as you're here and you're such a good helper, you can come up. All
Is that the one you pulled from your pants?
Not a hardback book. I'd like you to take the book, all right, and what I'd like you to do is to take the page, you've opened it up, and I'd like you, as though you're reading the book, one page at a time, yeah, just go through the pages, just one page at a time, yeah,
Okay.
You can look, yeah, keep going, all right. And what I'd like you to do is to stop on a page, all right, you've done that?
Yep.
Okay, now obviously there's a left page and a right page.
For sure.
Would you like the left-hand page or would you like the right-hand page?
Let's do left.
Left-hand page, okay. I'd like you to look at the top line, yeah, and find the longest word on that line.
Okay.
Yeah, you done that?
I'm going.
Okay, close it up. Great. Now, we haven't set this up at all. No?
Correct, we have not.
We have not set this up at all. Okay, so you open up the book, you flip through the pages, and then you stopped whenever you wanted. Yep. All right. Can I just ask you a couple of questions, and I will attempt to figure out what that word is. All right. First question. What's the word? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. All right. Let me think.
I like that version.
Well, that's easy. That's easy. Is there an O in the word?
Yes.
There is indeed. Okay. Is there an S?
Yes.
In the word. Ooh, okay. A T?
Correct.
Fantastic. All right, that's all the help I need. Great. So, how many, there's about, I don't know how many pages there are, maybe about 7,000 pages?
Close.
Close, with about
There's 200.
200 pages.
200 is
All right, 200 pages, and there's however many words on the page, but for the first time, please name the word.
It was either journalist or journalists.
Journalist or journalists, I will tell you that the word was journalists.
The S,
All right?
The extra S.
Now, I know that we didn't set this up, and you may not know, all right? So you stay there just for the explanation. I call this bias, named after the book, Bias. All right, and this is actually based on a card move, but I've applied it to a book test. And we all know the stop principle with cards, that if you go slowly and you say, what I'd like you to do is just to say stop, about 3 cards after you say that, they will stop you. So what I've done is I've taken that and just applied it to the book test. Now, there's just a couple of little points here. I think it's page 94. I start on page 94, and what I do is I just count 5 pages forward. Let me just leave the bookmark in there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah? So 5 pages forward. I don't know if you can see here. 5 pages forward, we have the word journalists on the left. Maybe not. It's not close enough. Journalists on the left, businessmen on the right. Now, this is the ideal page, and you were perfect. You stopped on the page. They could go a few pages further on. Yeah? But what I've got, that's not just a bookmark in there. It's a bookmark, but it has the words that are 5 pages. Let me just put that down. As you can see, 5 pages, 6 pages, 7, 8, 9, and 10 pages. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6-page framework with which to work, and I've just written the longest word on the left, the first line of the left-hand page, and the longest word on the right-hand page. So that does two things. First of all, it's my crib, and secondly, that will act as a page to know exactly where I need to start. Yeah? So that is set up on the table. As I ask someone to come up, I'm just flicking through the book, and I'll just automatically open here, take out the bookmark, keep my finger in there. When Nathan comes up, it doesn't have to be Nathan, you can choose anybody. I will hand him the book. As he takes it, I just let it fall open. So to all intents and purposes, it looks as though I've just given him the book and you have opened it up. But I give it to you, yeah, with this hand. If you want to take it in the other hand, that's fine. But I've kept it open. Make sure you've opened the...
What's cool is it doesn't matter which hand I take it with. You can do it either way.
Yeah. Easier for that hand for me, but right. You managed. But here's the thing. It looks like he's opened up the book. Yeah. So you've opened up the book. I almost act as though I'm surprised that he's opened up the book. And here's the thing. I say to them, I'd like you just to go through the book one page at a time as though you're reading it. Yeah. So he will turn the page, and I can either hear the pages or I can just look. I count, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. As they get to 4, I say, okay, and stop whenever you like. So that's 4. Stop whenever you like. Have you got one? What I'm hoping is that he will say, yes, I've got one. And if I say, have you got one? Because what I'd like you to do is, so I'm carrying on talking, and they'll think, oh, I need to stop, he's asking me to do something. But if they carry on, all I'm doing is counting 5, 6, 7 in my head, but I really want them to stop within that range of 6 pages. So I will do okay, you've got one? Great. What I need you to do is, whichever page. But you've stopped on the 5th page there. Yep. So it's the 5th page. But actually, go on to another one. Yep. So I count that's at 6. That's 7. Okay, you've got one. What I'd like you to do is to look at the left-hand page or the right-hand page. Which one do you want?
We'll do left again.
The left-hand page. So I can look at my my little crib here. Number 7 says criminals and reflects. Criminals is the left-hand page. Reflects is the right-hand page. He has said the left-hand page. So again, I know exactly what the word is. Close out the book. Remember what the word is. The longest word. Close it up. And now I just do a little bit of fishing, however you want to present a book test. And I know it's the word criminals, and I can do that. So that's just a really good way to get, apparently, a random page that they have picked in a book test. Yeah? Now, I just want to go very, very quickly go through a couple of things that could happen during the book test. What if they drop it? If they drop it, there are other book tests that you can do. You can do just a peek, where you're looking over the top and you can see the first page. They could perhaps go through the book like this. Yeah, I haven't told them what I want them to do, and they could just go, what an interesting book that is. Fascinating. I've lost the page. Yeah? Or they could start going, just losing the page. If they lose the page, just go into something else. You're not going to be able to do the book test that you wanted, but they don't know which one you're going to do. So just do something. If you're doing like a 2-book test, whichever page they stop at, say, what page is it? Page 100. Go to page 100 in the other one. There are so many outs that you can actually do, but I really recommend that you at least try this just to see, using that stop principle with a book test.
You just need the book for a couple minutes before the show if you want to use somebody's book at their house or something.
Yeah, you can borrow it, try and find a couple of pages, find the pages that you want with some long words, and then just count back 5. You maybe can't do the crib if you haven't got time, but you could.
You can talk on your phone and do it really fast.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I've just got a phone call to make, and you're just having a little listen, okay? But if you wanted to do it impromptu and you're really good with the psychology of it and the stop principle, or if you just go, just stop. Thank you. Making sure that they get...
Sure, fire away.
Yeah, just, that's fine. Whatever you want, okay? So if you wanted to do it impromptu, you can do it impromptu, yeah? So I call that one bias. Thank you, Nathan. All right.
Yeah.
Whoa, no, please. All right. Let me just show you something with this. Let me get a pen. That will do fine. All right. Let me just see here. I have 4 cards, and what I'm going to do is just ask, if I can go over here, ask for 4 numbers, a 4-digit number. I need 4 4-digit numbers to be written on these cards. I'll give out the pen. All right, so if you can just write 4 4-digit numbers on the pen, and I will get a calculator just in case it's needed. Okay. When you've done that, I will take the first one. If I can just take the first one, okay. Fold it so that I cannot see. We will drop it in. Okay. Fold it so the number is on the inside so that I cannot see it. And if you can drop it in, thank you very much indeed. And another one on the inside. So I haven't set anything up. I don't know what these numbers are. All right. And the last one is coming up now. Great. That's fine. Okay. So what I do is I have the 4 pieces of card in here. Okay. Now if I was just to tip them out, well, that got me a little bit worried. Okay. These are the 4 numbers, and we can add them up very, very quickly. Add them up. Actually, Nathan, I'm going to get you to add them up. Are you any good at maths?
Somewhat.
Somewhat. All right. Just if you can take those and add those up, I will try and make a little bit of a prediction here. We have journalists. Let me do it in the middle of journalists. Let me see what we have. Let me get this pen here. Hang on a second.
All right, I'm about halfway there.
It's all right. I have written my prediction. I finished my prediction before you have written yours.
Number to record here.
Let me make sure that that's pretty obvious. All right.
And if I did it correctly,
Yep.
I've got 14,712.
Seriously? 14,712. I've got 14,712.
Perfect.
All right. Now this was especially for today, because for everyone in America that actually doesn't make sense to you. But if I just do a hash here and a hash down there, 14th of the 7th, 12, the 14th of July, 2012, and someone's just checking the date.
I think that's today.
It is today.
Oh my gosh, what a clever idea to end it with the actual date.
Not my idea, unless of course you're downloading this another day, in which case it's not your day. Yeah, you get what I mean. So here's the thing: it's not the idea about adding them up to create the day, but what I wanted to show you was a very simple switching device. The switching device is a paper bag. It's a little bit better than the one with the wooden handles and the tassels and all the lovely material, I think. So this is a very organic way to switch. Okay, let me just take that out and take these out. So these are the actual numbers. I do actually like to add up them numbers because one day the numbers they actually write are going to add up to today's date. I'm going to go, I didn't need to switch them. So let me get a couple of bags to show you what is really happening. These are the numbers that I wrote. You can do it for any sort of number that you want. It really doesn't matter. I'm not concerned with that. These are the cards that have my numbers on. Yeah. So these are going to go into the bottom of the bag. So let me just show you with this one. They're in the bag. What this is, I've taken a piece of thin plastic. It's about the size of a postcard. Yeah, just thin plastic. Postcards are a little bit too thin, so you want to get just any type of plastic, whether it's from some packaging. What you need to do is just to cut out the size of the bag a little bit smaller, and that will be fine. I've taken one of these bags, which I don't know what you have, like small grocery bags over here or gift bags over here.
Lunch sacks.
Yeah, lunch sacks. Cut it and put the plastic sheet inside. And I haven't done this very artistically. I've just stuck it down. This will never ever be seen. I hope it will never be seen, and that will go inside the bag and sit on top of those. So if you can peer inside, you can see you can see through the gap there, it looks like the base of a bag. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is to it. Looks like the base of a bag. And now I will have 4 matching cards that are blank. I will hand them out to 4 different people, have them write 4 numbers down. Okay? Just have them write the 4 numbers down and drop them into the bag one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I make sure that obviously I can't see them. Now what I will be doing, put them flat, is, and I hope you can see this, is I'm just going to push my thumb, and you can't really see it through it, but I'm pushing my thumb so that it tips that flap up a little bit. Yeah, just tips it up a little bit. And what I'll do is, when I'm doing the tipping, I'll just switch it over to the bag with the slot at the side, so you can see just a little bit better. We just take those out of there, drop it into this one. So what you'll be able to do is to see the actual action of the switch. Goes into there. Beautifully done. All right. So these are the 4 numbers. 2, 3, 4. So my thumb is pushing to here, and as you can see, that flap is going to fall on top of their pieces of card. Now, it doesn't matter if my hand goes in. My hand will go in just to apparently get them, but it actually puts it down, and what I'm going to be doing is squeezing that piece of plastic. So if I turn it towards you to see, you can see that I'm squeezing the piece of plastic, and that reveals my 4 pieces of card. I can then tip out onto the table. I can tip out the 4 pieces of card. You can see that the piece of plastic is holding theirs in there. I can take it and just put it down. It's just a brown paper bag. You can flatten it if you want to. Don't bring too much attention to it, but just treat it as though it's a paper bag. And now I've very easily and naturally switched out the 4 cards, get them to add up the numbers, do whatever type of prediction you want. But that's just a very, very simple way of switching. Not just billets if you want. You can do playing cards. You can do business cards. You can do whatever you want to switch. All right. So that is just the paper bag change bag. All right. Let me get rid of this, and let me get rid of this. All right. Now, one of the things I really like are rubber bands. So. I don't know if anyone has any rubber bands on them. Oh, good job, I come prepared. Okay. Now, I'll just show you a couple of things with the rubber bands. The first one is I need someone to just take off a rubber band. So my beautiful assistant can just take off a rubber band. That's one way to take it off. Yeah, the other way is if you just take one and pull, it comes off. You didn't know how to do that. Okay. Now, this is my rubber band, so technically this is yours. What I do is bring them together, a little bit of friction, maybe because I'm English. And you find they melt through just like this. Okay. I'll show you just once again as they go straight through just like this. Okay. Now I'm going to let you keep one of these bands as a little bit of a souvenir if you like. Just quell the enthusiasm there for a moment.
I want to keep one.
Oh, you do.
I have a rubber band.
You are a rubber band junkie. Can I borrow your hand just for a moment? Make a fist. I was a little bit too eager. Palm down and point one finger. Good choice. Now, I can restore this band around your finger or around your wrist. Which would you like?
Let's do wrist.
Wrist, okay. I can actually restore it around the wrist. I can tie a knot, or I could get rid of the knot and have it restored all the way around your wrist. Right. Now, Crazy Man's handcuffs, pretty much everybody should know Crazy Man's handcuffs. If you don't, go and learn it. It's the best rubber band trick you can do, except the rest of this routine. The first thing I'll show you is taking off the rubber band. Looks kind of cool, because I think with rubber bands, if you just pull off some rubber bands and you go into this, especially in England, people say, oh, it's some sort of puzzle, or it's a topological thing, or it's cat's cradle. Yeah, we have the cat's cradle with the kids play with the strings. Yeah, sure. It's not really magic as such. So what I do is I just pull the rubber band off my wrist. And for me, that's a great way to start a rubber band routine, is with a piece of magic happening. Very, very simple. They will take off a rubber band, and I say that's one way to take it off. And what I've got is another rubber band in my hand. I'm not really pinching it. I'm just having it between, it's like it's been linked through my finger and thumb. And I pull it back into my fist. Pull it back into my fist like this. So what I'm then able to do is as I go down to, you can have some. There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah. That's about $1 you owe me. As I go down to pull up a rubber band, I can pull it up once. And as I drop it back onto the wrist, I let go. I release with my fingers. And that then comes up. Yeah? So if it's timed perfectly well, you have the appearance that the rubber band has actually come through the wrist, just like this. Yeah. So that's the way I get into the rubber bands. You're liking it, aren't you?
I'm watching the monitor, just doing it for myself.
Can we move on now?
Do you like the blue for the contrast?
I do. You can get the almost flesh color rubber bands, the natural rubber. Yeah. So it's kind of, he's moving his hands. I can't really see anything. So blue or yellow are really good, and these are actually latex-free, caffeine, sugar-free, everything free.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, anything free. They're basically soya rubber bands. So what I now do is, rather than starting with a crazy man's handcuffs, I am going to link the rubber bands. Very, very simple to do. The thumb is providing some tension on the rubber band there. My index finger and middle finger are just going to bend forward at the tip, and it's going to come off, but it's going to be trapped between them. Yeah? Very, very simple, done in an instant. And that's going to happen as I say, this is my rubber band, and I'm looking over here. This is your rubber band, and I'm looking over here. So the attention is first to the right, then to the left, and people are looking, they won't really be able to focus, which helps on the link. I look over here, I don't do anything. As I'm looking over here, that's when I do the move. And now I'm going to bring my hands together. As I bring my hands together, my index finger, let me do it this way round so you can see, my index finger is going to go round the outside and goes in the same direction as my thumb. And when they open up, you'll find that they're linked. Yeah. If you do this and you find that the rubber band is twisted, that means that you've gone into it the wrong direction. You've done the right thing, but you've gone in from the wrong direction. It's a bit like driving on the wrong side of the road over here. So what I do, as I said, it comes around the outside, in through the thumb, and it will be perfect. And this is just done in an instant. It's really, really quick. It's here, come together, and it is through. The Crazy Man's, I don't need to explain. It's written up in so many different books. But here's what I wanted to really get to was the... Will you stop playing with the rubber bands? What I want to get to is the broken and restored rubber band around the wrist. Yeah? So what I will do is that Harry Lorraine's snap move. For those that don't know it, index finger and thumb, stretching again. 2 fingers this time. 2 fingers, pull to the side. Index finger and thumb, press together. Move inwards. Yeah? Move inwards. And you'll see there's a triangle at the top. If you get another shape, well done you. There's a triangle at the top, and my index finger moves back into it. And if I let go with my thumb, you'll see that there's a bite. Yeah? And the bite just rolls up in between the index finger and my thumb. So it looks as though it is just the regular rubber band, even though it's doubled over. So this is just done again in an instant. It's here, I pull, all in one action, and there it is. Now I need to break the rubber band, and I could just snap it, but there's something about, maybe not in a restaurant. If you work restaurants, you don't want to be seen to be biting them. That's not good in a restaurant. So just apparently break it, but you do get that nice sound. And that's what helps this illusion. Yeah, you can hear that little snapping sound. So now it looks like I've got a single strand. And what is really important, and this is one of these little subtleties, you can possibly see 2 blue bits in between my finger and thumb. Yeah? Those act as the bits that I just broke off. But it's actually the rubber band where it loops. Yeah? So that makes the illusion. This, not so good. This, good. Yeah? I'm now going to ask the person to make a fist. As I do, and they're distracted, I'm going to bring my hands together, and at some point that rubber band, it will open up. However it will open up, I don't know. but there'll be a space. And my little finger goes in, pinky, little finger goes in, other little finger goes in, all the other fingers join it. So now what I have, if you can again get a close-up, it looks like a single strand with the two pieces showing between my finger and thumb. But what it really is I've actually opened up. The rubber band is here. I say make a fist. It's a little bit too eager. Palm down. And can you just point one finger at me? Good choice. Now I say I can restore this around your finger or your wrist. The reason for this is a putting on action. If I do this, I've just put that rubber band on you. If I was just to break it and restore it, the natural thing is to come down on the wrist and restore it like that. So what I've done is I've actually broken up the action of putting it onto the wrist. So I'm bringing it really, really near, and so it doesn't look so bad when I just pop it on. I say, would you like the finger or the wrist? If they say the finger, just ignore them. Yeah? There's lots of things in life I want, but I'm not going to get them either. Okay? If they start arguing, just tell them to just grow up. Don't take it so seriously. Right? If they say the wrist, perfect. The wrist, round the wrist. So it looks like a single strand, because it is. I run my hand around. I look as though I'm actually tying a knot, but I'm just playing around with the rubber band back here. It's as though it's the other strand down here, and I say that there is the rubber band restored around your wrist, and I emphasize the fact that it was restored around their wrist. And you can keep all of those as a souvenir.
Word. Thanks, Jon.
Thanks very much indeed. All right. Thanks. All right. Did I say you can go and sit down? Oh. Get up here. I'm working you hard. I'm working you hard. All right. Do you have front? Do you have front and back pockets? Front and back pockets. All right. I won't explain too much about what I'm going to be doing, but I'd like you just to touch the back of a card. Just touch the back of a card. This one here. What I would like you to do is to place that card that you stopped at and put it in your front left pocket.
Left? Okay.
Your front. No, actually, sorry, your front right pocket.
Front right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm pointing to my right, telling you left. Even confusing myself there. Again, if you would just like to touch the back of another card. Which one? That one there?
Yeah,
okay.
Perfect.
That goes into your back right pocket.
Back right?
Your back right pocket. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Excellently done. And just touch another one. Slow down this one here. Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. Take that one, and that goes into your back left pocket.
Left.
Left pocket. Okay. And very, very finally, just one more. That one there. I'd like you to take that one and place it into your front left.
I had to remember which one was left.
Good. It's okay, I got it wrong as well. All right, now, here's the thing. This isn't a regular pack of cards, I should point that out, because what's kind of fun to do as a magician is to do magic with anything. Yeah? It's possible to do magic with anything. So what I like to do is just to write down a load of things that I could possibly do magic with, yeah? And then just either like cut to them or just pick them and just see what I get to do magic with. So let me just show you. See, look, here's this is a watch, a wallet, pencil, thimbles, wand, marker pen, notepad, credit card, loads of just different objects that I could, if I wanted to, do magic with. Okay, but I decided, well, to give you the choice to see what I would do magic with. I may not do all of it today. So let's see. In your front right pocket, yeah, your front right pocket. Take out the card that is in your front right pocket, and let's see what it is. A hole puncher. You expect me to do magic with a hole puncher? Yeah? Well, it's actually a good job that in my front right pocket we do have the hole puncher. In your back right pocket, and the hole puncher king. Does it say battery pack? No, it says keys. You can hear them jangling. In my back pocket, I do in fact have the keys. In your back left pocket, what have you got in your back left pocket? It says rope. In my back left pocket, I have rope. And very, very finally, what is it in your front left pocket?
Rubber bands.
Rubber bands. We did them, but here are the rest of the rubber bands. All right. So this, again, is very, very simple. I don't like to do complicated plots and methods and stuff, but this is a really good way to get into doing any type of magic that you want. If you want to do a routine, these items can be all the things that you need for a routine. If it's lots of things needed for one effect, get all the items that you need, put them in your pocket. But what I like to do is just to have different things. So I'll do maybe a key bend, a moving hole, ring on rope, and rubber bands. So just write down anything that you can think of that you would use in a magic routine. It doesn't have to be the prop itself. It could be like a wallet or a bag, pen, wand, knife, any kind of thing that you like. Yeah. So in this case, I have the hole puncher, the keys, the rope, and the rubber bands. And what I've done, just to make it easy for me to remember, is I've put them in alphabetical order. Yeah. So it's hole punch, keys, rope, and rubber bands. And what I've also done just for this, you won't be able to see possibly on camera, but Nathan, you can see just on the black dots, just in the corners, yeah, so that I can see. Now here's the thing. All you need to do is force these 4 cards. You can do 4 slip cuts, 4 classic forces. What I did was I had them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th from the top, so that there's 4 cards on top, then all the cards...
Quick, are the markings to distinguish just what they are, or individually what they are?
No, just to see which of the cards I need to force.
Gotcha.
You don't need to, but just under pressure or whatever, I want to be able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, not worried. Did I just push over 2? Yeah. So I just mark them 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my mark, so I can see that's the first one, which is the hole punch. And what I do is I just have the items in my pocket going around clockwise. A lot of people don't know what clockwise is nowadays, but it's going around clockwise, front, back, back, front. And that's it. I'm just going to force these 4 cards. So I just sight where that card is, have it just right under the deck. As Nathan touches a card, he touches that one, I square them up, and I kick that out, and that's going to be the first card. And I'll say to you, what I want you to do is to put that in your front right pocket. Yeah.
Then we just go around.
He'll do that. As he's doing that, I square up the deck, and now the next 5th card from the top is the next one in the sequence. Again, just the same thing. We'll do it very quickly. Here, square it up. You put that into your back right pocket. There's the next one. Just touch a card. That one there. Okay. And very, very finally, the final one. Just here. Kick it out, and he's got them there. So you can check that they've taken the right one by actually using the marks. Yeah. So now you're home free. You've got the items in your pockets. Ask them to take it out one at a time. You can produce the items, and then you can go ahead and just do whichever routine you want to do. So anything, you can change it. You can do this for the whole evening if you want. Just whatever you want to do with whatever props you want to do, then you can do it. Just the method, I'll leave it up to you. The effect, you can use this to your heart's content, all right? And that's called forced improv, okay?
Forced improv.
Nathan, stay here, stay here, stay here, stay here. I'm just going to clean up this mess a bit. Nathan, do you watch television?
I do. I occasionally watch television programs.
Okay, have you seen a program called Heroes?
I have. I don't watch it regularly, but I have seen it.
You have seen it, yeah? So you know what the characters are about, and you do? Okay. Oh, let me just show you. This is from Isaac Mendez. You will know who Isaac Mendez is. For those who don't know who Isaac Mendez is, he would paint the future. All right. Now I've got some of the characters from Heroes, and if you have watched the series, you'll know exactly who these people are. This is Siler. You can kind of tell he's the villain. Yeah. This is Siler. He's the villain. This is Peter Petrelli. He is the hero. Now the thing with these two is that he will kill people. Siler will kill people to get their superpowers, and Peter will simply absorb them. All right. Let me show you the other superheroes that I have. This is Nathan Petrelli. He can fly. Okay. This is Nikki. She has super strength. This is Micah. He can control technology. This is Hero. And he is the master of time. He can stop time, go forwards and backwards through time. This is Matt. This is Parkman. He can read minds. Could be helpful. DL, he has the ability to go through solid objects. And this is Claire. She's the cheerleader. They all had to save the cheerleader, save the world. She could regenerate. If there's anything that, if she's injured in any way, her body will regenerate. Yeah. So, Nathan, I've got a couple of questions. The first of all one is, would you like to be the villain, or would you like to be the hero?
I'll be the villain.
You want to be the villain? Yeah?
do it, why not?
You want to kill people?
I do.
Okay, you said that a little bit too enthusiastic. I do. I want to kill people.
Honestly,
Lovely. All right, so I'll give you a choice of 2 heroes, and you will decide which of the powers you would want to have. All right. So let's just go for, this is always a good one. Always a good one. Would you prefer to be able to regenerate or be able to stop time, travel through time?
The regeneration.
The regeneration, yeah? You don't want to be able to stop time, go back in time, forward in time. You want to regenerate? Okay. Hero will go back into the mix, okay? I'd like you to choose 2 superheroes for me, please. Micah, Master of Technology, and Nikki, Superpower. Now, I'm not that good at technology, so I will go with Micah. I can control anything technical. I can control. What I will do, here's another good one. Would you want to read minds or fly?
Let's do fly. Who doesn't want to fly, right?
But you can already read minds, yeah? Who doesn't want to fly? There may be some people, but you want to be able to fly. Excellent. Okay, pick it up. Let's go. Another 2, please. Hero. Oh no, DL and Nikki. All right. Now, personally, shops in England close too early. Okay, it will be, and also banks, they kind of close. So I would want to be able to penetrate any object. And walking through the Great Wall of China, I could do that for real. Like it's never been done. Okay, stop time or read minds. Not just stop time, you can travel through time, or you can read minds.
Let's go with time travel.
Okay, you sure? All right. Okay. Now here's the thing, the last one, it wouldn't be fair if I made this choice, because looking at who I've got and who you've got, I am going to win. So I'm going to let you make the final decision on my behalf. I would like you to take your finger and place it down on one of those characters now, okay, and slide it over to my team. There it is, you've made that decision on my behalf. This leaves us with Nikki. These are the powers that we will be using in a battle that I will kick his... This is from Isaac Mendes. This has been sitting here the whole time. Inside is a painting that Isaac Mendes painted. And that painting shows Nikki. Cool. All right.
Hottie.
I think she's taken. Now, this I call heroes for obvious reasons. It is the Patio Force. I don't think I need to really explain the Patio Force for you in too much detail, but I will go through it just a little bit. All right. The idea is that obviously I have Nikki. And what I do is just on Photoshop, I've got these photos somehow off the internet, and I've just used Photoshop to just change the picture slightly, and I will place that in the envelope marked Isaac Mendes. I have these 2, and I have 2, 4, 6, 7 people. Now here's the thing. The Patio Force is very, very good. I want to be left with Nikki. So, if it is my choice to give to Nathan, I don't choose Nikki. If Nathan chooses Nikki as one of the 2 people for me to choose, I don't choose Nikki. And if we keep going like that till the end, Nikki will be the one that's left. But it just seems so very, very fair. Yeah? Now, the thing with heroes is that it is not a trick about which card's going to be left. This is a trick about 2 people having almost like a discussion about which superpowers would you like to have, yeah? And you wanted to be able to, well, you didn't want to be able to fly, yeah? Who wants to be able to, or was it read minds, yeah? You
right.
didn't, who wants to read minds? So you want to be able to fly, yeah? So here's the thing, they choose the hero or the villain, and you can get into a discussion about that as well, but you show too much keenness to actually want to kill people. I was a little bit worried. So it's very, very simple method, but we'll go through it very quickly. I choose 2 for you, you will just pick one, him, goes back, you pick 2 for me. Doesn't choose Nikki, which is fine, I can choose either of them. I don't choose Nikki. You pick one. Okay, now, let's suppose you do choose Nikki as one of them. Very simple, I don't choose Nikki. That goes back in. My turn, I leave Nikki away, choose 2. Okay. Now, we get down to the final 2. I don't think it's right that I make the final decision, because when I show Nikki in the envelope, they may remember, well, Nikki was down to the last two, and you just didn't choose her. So what's really good for the patio force is if the other person chooses. Now, you did the perfect thing. I will say, I don't really say, I'm going to ask you to choose which one I get. Say, I'm going to ask you to make the final decision. Take your finger, place it on one of them, and when I know that Nathan's going for this one, I continue the sentence. So it's place it, we'll start again. Just place your finger upon one of the characters and slide it over to me. Yeah? And so it looks like that's what I was going to do in the first place. All right? If he chooses Nikki, this is the way that we go. I'd like you to place your finger upon one, leave your finger there. That's perfect. And I just slide the other person over to me. So both ways look as though Nikki was the one that was going to be left. Yeah? These are the ones that weren't. Pick up the envelope, open it up, and of course I can show that Nikki is the one that is left. Okay. So it's not so much about the patio force, about the choices. Heroes is more about the superpowers and just being able to have fun with the people that have actually seen the show as well. All right. So Nathan, thanks so much. You can take a seat there. All right. Now, okay. I think there may be some questions possibly on either some of the things that I've done today or some other things. You are in charge of the people tweeting in.
Sure, let's check it out.
Let me get some more cola.
Let me check out some questions here. We have a couple that came in, and I've got a couple that I've been doing as well.
Oh, okay.
One of the things that I thought of at the very beginning was, this is something that all kind of performers and workers have like their own way around it. And I know that you just happened to do the presentation where you changed $1 to 100. How do you personally deal with the idea of kind of taking the sting out of it? Because I know everybody has kind of like their own way of doing it, because sometimes you can change it and then you've kind of got this haha, or then you change it back, then they're like, oh, I wanted the 100. I mean, obviously you were just using that for maybe just presentational purposes. Maybe that's not how you really do it. So I'm just curious. I think that's a cool.
Yeah. No, because if you could really change money, you would take a $1 bill, change it to 100, and give it back to the person.
Right. Which is actually what you did, technically. You are awesome. You're my favorite magician.
I just have to run faster than you. That's what I have to do. So if I were, it's fake, by the way. The other thing is, if I could change ones into 100, what on earth am I doing, in the restaurant or wherever? Why am I not on my private island? So the other thing is, well, if you change their money from a 1 to 100, you've still got to change it back, and they will end up hating you because you could have given them 100, but you decided to. So what I do is I don't use dollar bills, because in England I ask to borrow either a 50, a 20, a 10, or a 5. Doesn't matter what it is, but I say to them, what would you like me to do with it? And here's the thing, I don't go into a routine and say, look what I can do. I say, what would you like me to do with it? And lots of times they'll say, burn it, tear it up, especially if it's not their money. What would you like me to do with it? And I get asked to do physical things, whatever. Eventually someone will say, double it, make it more, something like that. And I'll say, okay. And I fold it up, and when I unfold it, it is a totally worthless foreign note, like euros or some Danish money or some Australian, anything that isn't English money. Obviously, it's not worthless if you're in Australia or Denmark. I'd want to make that clear. But where I live, it's worthless to the person.
Sure.
But I act as though I've made a mistake. So it's a £10 note. You'd want me to double it. I'll double it to a 20. All I do is I unfold it. It is a 20. Oh, and I look as though I've made a mistake. That wonderful magician in trouble. Oh. And I hand it to them. And of course, they don't want a worthless piece of paper. So in a way, they want me to change it back.
Now you've created a need for it.
Yeah. So they want me to change it back. And so I'm happy to take the note, and then change it back and give them back their money. So that's the way that I deal with the bill switch.
When you were performing with the bottle production earlier, I noticed you have a little thing clipped on your side. What is that thing that's clipped on your belt there?
Oh, this. This is it's just a tally counter. And I carry this everywhere, and
now, would that be an actual term that you would, if you want to find one, you would look that up? It's the tally counter?
Yeah, you can look on anywhere. It's tally counter.
Okay.
That's why I called it a tally counter.
No, I was just curious, because I didn't know what the term was.
What's a tally? Like
Oh, tally.
No,
Like tallying the votes, or
Tally.
Yeah.
Tally.
I know. It's proper English. We don't know it.
Okay, I have all these Americans having a go at my accent. This is not fair, even though I've got the correct accent. If you look
Depending
up,
on where you live.
If you look up tally counter, which you won't find anything. If you look up tally, T-A-L-L-Y, you will find these for sale anywhere. And I use this. This is my suit of armor. And I'm kind of getting known amongst magicians as having this thing on me. But I always carry this around with me whenever I'm performing. And I call this my cliche counter. Because at some point, somebody will say something really stupid to me. Like, can you make my wife disappear? Or, will you come to Vegas and gamble with me? Or, you should come and work in the office.
Can you make our bill disappear?
Oh, yes. I can make my bill disappear. And what I do is, I used to be able to come up with snazzy answers, and now I just can't be bothered. But all I do, if someone says, oh, can you make my bill disappear? I just take the counter, let them see what it is, click another one, and just put it back. This actually came from David Williamson idea on one of his DVDs, where he would say he was working in a restaurant, and people would say, oh, can you make the bill disappear? And he'd have a curtain behind him, open it up on a big board. It says, can you make my wife disappear, with lots of notches? And you go, very, very funny. And just close it up. Now, I adopted that to have a card that says, can you make the bill disappear? Can you make the wife disappear? But then it's been replaced by this.
It's just a universal thing. You don't have to worry about anything.
It's a universal thing. Yeah? So I can do it for the things that we all get asked. Oh, look after, what's your wallet? Yeah, hysterical.
And I'm sure you use it for like non-magical stuff too, just in everyday, because people will just say something.
I'm not that sad, but I carry it around with me when I'm not working. But if you want to, you can. Okay.
Well, you got lots of rubber bands on your wrist.
It's not just for cliches. If someone says, "Oh, you are the best magician we've ever seen," you go, "Thank you very much indeed." If you're shuffling cards and it all happens to all of us at some point, you're shuffling the cards, drop the cards. What are you going to do? What are you going to say? You go, oops, excuse me just for a second. But if you drop the cards, you can just go, oh. And just put it back. It's like it happens so many times, but you're ready for it.
And the reel makes it so you can do the timing quick.
Sorry, say again?
By having it on a reel, you can grab it really quick and don't have to fumble
sort of
around.
Going, hang on a second. Hang on, just wait a minute. Hang on a second. That's a really good line. I got a line. Hang on. There it is. Yeah, it's all in the timing.
One thing I noticed, and we kind of talked about a little bit, is you can do it a wrong way. You can do the click and then just kind of look at them. But if you do like...
Oh, there's technique.
Yeah, the subtlety. Yeah.
Technique. Now, there is a right way and a wrong way to do it. Well, everything's right. It's a slightly deluxe way. There's a
this
regular,
is the real work.
This is the real work. On the tally counter. Okay. You could just go, if someone says something really dumb like, oh, can you make my wife disappear? I mean, there are lines like, well, just keep behaving the way you are and she'll soon leave you. But if you feel that's a little bit strong, you could just go, yeah, that's great, whatever. Or you can give them the condescending look. And the condescending look is when you keep looking at the person but move your head away. So let's suppose you've just said, oh, could you make my wife disappear? You just go, yeah. And by moving your head while staring at them, it means basically you're saying, what an idiot, without literally calling them an idiot. Okay. So that would be the way, if I had to do it, like, I get asked this so many times.
It's like just kind of like creating that condescending moment, but being nice about it.
Yeah. But I've been doing a card trick and someone said, oh, what are the rubber bands for? Which shows how interested they were in the card trick. And I haven't even looked up. They said, oh, what are the rubber bands for? And I've just gone here, click, and got back out. And they thought it was hysterical.
You don't even have to say anything.
Don't even have to say anything. They know that I'm ready for it.
When is it okay to silently tell someone they're an idiot?
Just then. Thanks for the question. That's my mental thing. It doesn't say you're an idiot, but what it does say is, you know, that's not the first time I've been asked that question. I think they're doing it to be funny. If they ask a genuine question, like, so what do you do during the day? There's ways that sounds genuine and ways it sounds like, so what? This is a proper job? You know, you have to kind of gauge the audience. Don't just assume everyone is asking dumb questions, but you have to gauge the audience as to how much of a condescending look to give them. Yeah.
This is just a live question, actually. It's a pretty decent question, so I'll field it to you.
Okay.
DJ Ajamulidaji has a question. What do you do to cover up if you do happen to miss one of your 4-card or 4-object productions?
If you do,
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's kind of like 2 parts, because you could either miss on your placement or miss on the force. So
well, which one was it? Which one? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. Well, as I said, that is why I would
prepare ahead.
I would, prepare ahead. Just make sure. I mean, as I said,
I guess that's what the markings are for, right?
That's
it's
what the
like
markings are
check.
for. Let me just see. If I come here, which camera? Can you see the markings on there? Just that little bit there. That's all it needs. Yeah, just there. So I would mark the cup maybe with a pencil, so that if you want to rub it off and use other things, then you can. But just be very, very careful. I know you said what happens if you do. If you do, 3 out of 4 is pretty good. Remember, they are getting you to choose. Yeah. If you could say, well, okay, what have you got? What have you got there? You've got a stapler.
Does anybody have a stapler?
And you go, well, that's normally in this pocket, but I've left it at home. I don't want to use it today. And you can just carry on.
Sure.
Okay. So that is what I would do. If I miss it, I try not to miss it. Remember that they're putting it in the pocket, and I've got all the time in the world to count 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're doing classic forces, it's a little bit more dangerous. If you're worried about missing, go for a force that you know will work. That's what I would suggest. Which actually reminds me of something I did forget for that routine. So, was it DJ?
Yes, it was.
DJ, what's his surname?
I go back to it. Adamaji, I think, was the last name?
Okay. Somewhere in here is the one that I would have. You would want 3 items. 3 items, and the 4th one, where are you? The 4th one is the finale. Here it is. You have 3 items. The 4th item is in this pocket. They reach inside and it says watch. Yeah, it says watch, and you go, my watch is on my wrist. I don't keep my watch in my pocket. And what you can then do is reach inside the pocket, and if you've done a watch steal, you can produce their watch. So it's a really good way to produce the watch that you've stolen on their wrist. Yeah? So you're actually doing an effect as a result of doing an effect, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you just have if you know you're going to do a watch steal, have this as one of the force cards, and then you can actually produce their watch. So that was the one I forgot. Sorry about that.
Very good. He's going to love that answer too.
I hope so.
One of the things that you're kind of well known for, or one of the effects that people use a lot, is the effect silent treatment, which I think everybody loves it, and I've even seen people do like variations of it as well. That's how popular it is. Yep. What was kind of like the motivating factor? How did you come up with it?
Okay, this was it was actually
we should say what it is real quick, because some people might not know.
Okay,
if you don't mind.
If you don't know what the silent treatment is, I have some boards, just about let's say that big, just some boards, and I just peel them forward. And what I have is I'm not saying a word. But all the words I would say are written on the boards. So it would say, and now, I will present for you, and I just keep going. So I won't actually give away the ending, because if people can see it online,
and we'll put up
we can put up a video of it maybe. So I won't give away the ending, okay? But I'm not speaking. you're reading the boards, and something will happen at the end. Okay, that's all I will say.
Yeah.
But check it out.
It's a really cool trick because to me, there's like two amazing parts. The amazing part is the finale, which is the cool ending, but it's also very endearing because of the presentation. You're not speaking.
Well, it's the presentation that kind of means a lot to me, and I'm really happy that so many people do it and variations of it. But the way that I came up with it was because of the film, a Nicole Kidman film called The Others. And if you haven't seen it,
that's a great movie. Yeah.
I will do a spoiler alert. So if you want to go and see the film The Others, just don't listen. Keep watching, but don't listen. In the film The Others, there's a moment at the end where you think you know what's happening, but there's one moment at the end where suddenly there's a twist. And that twist makes the whole of the film make sense. Whereas it didn't kind of make sense before, you weren't sure what was happening. With that twist, suddenly the whole film made sense. And I love that. And I remember coming out of the cinema thinking, I love that premise. That there's a twist at the end that makes the whole of the process make sense. And magic doesn't really have that. Magic is a straight line, or a magic effect is a straight line with a surprise at the end. But the surprise that you give the audience has no relation as to why you did the trick. So for argument's sake, if you find a card inside a locked box, let's say the destination box, that doesn't explain why the card kept coming to the top of the pack. The surprise is separate from the routine. But with the silent treatment, the big surprise at the end is the whole reason for doing the routine. So it was just a film, a movie that gave me the impetus, the plot, to come up with the silent treatment.
I know that's happened to me before, where I'll kind of be inspired by a movie or any type of a film just because of the premise is cool. Do you find that has happened other times, or was this kind of like a unique situation for you, or are you often inspired by movies?
Well, it's the only time that I've actually created something that I've been able to put onto the market that just a load of people around the world have embraced,
sure.
which is really good. But I think going to see films and reading books and just any kind of creative outlet is great for your work as a magician, because
any type of art,
because a lot of times people are just so involved with the method. It's all about the method, even about the magic effect. But I think people forget about the plot or the hook or the premise. But writers know how to do it, and filmmakers know how to do it. I'm a big fan of like Steven Spielberg, J.J. Abrams. You know, they know how to sort of. The mystery box is something else I could talk about. But they know how to create a really good story and a really good premise and surprises throughout and stuff like that. So I will always try and watch films, you know, and take note of things. Love to read, but as you said, any type of art, even paintings. You know,
I agree.
Look at a painting, that tells a story as well. Yeah.
Now, when you said the money box,
mystery box.
I'm sorry, the mystery box. Were you referring to the movie or the John Kennedy?
Is there no?
Okay.
No.
So is that something that you have?
Is there a film called The Mystery Box?
Yeah, but we won't talk about that, I guess.
Okay. No.
Do you have some cool ideas?
No. J.J. Abrams did a talk, and he talked about the mystery box. Yeah. And what the mystery box is there's a box with items in it, and he doesn't know what's in it, and he's never going to open it, because for him, not knowing means there's an infinite number of possibilities. Once he opens it and he realizes what's inside, the question's been answered, and that's what it is. And I love that idea. And I think, can I talk about Schrodinger's card?
Sure.
Yeah. The Schrodinger's cat is like a hypothetical experiment where a cat's in a box and there's some poison. And in the space of an hour, there's an equal opportunity that the cat is alive or dead. We don't know. So the cat's alive and dead until you look. Then you know. But until you look, it's both. And I love the idea about not knowing what's inside the box and never knowing. And again, looking at art and J.J. Abrams, film producer, film director, and the Schrodinger's cat idea, I created Schrodinger's card. And what Schrodinger's card is cards to envelope. And the envelope is sealed, and it's inside my wallet, which is zipped up, and then I pull out the envelope, and I say, inside here is a playing card. But the envelope is sealed. It's impossible. I will hand it to them, and I will say, this is an impossible object, it's an enigma, it's a dilemma, because your card is in here. If they've written on a card, your card is in here. But it can't be because it's all sealed inside the zipper compartment. The only way to find out if that's your card is to tear open the envelope and tip out the card. Unfortunately, once you tear open the envelope and tip out the card, this impossible, enigmatic, dilemma envelope has just been ruined. So it's your choice. Do you want to keep something that's really special, but you don't know it's special because you don't know if it's your card in there, or do you want to tear it open, find out that what I said was in there is actually in there, but you've totally ruined what could have been a special souvenir. So that whole idea about the mystery box and never opening it, and for them thinking it is their card and it isn't their card,
Right,
because they don't know.
that's kind of like a duality.
It's this duality. And I think that's so much better than for magicians to go, inside my wallet is an envelope, if I tear it open, there's your signed card.
Yeah, because technically it's the same trick. You've just changed the moment and you've changed the presentation to make it completely different.
Yeah, it is card to envelope, although I have this thought in my head, and I don't know what other people think, of whether I've actually done a trick.
Right.
Because I haven't shown them it's their card. I know their card's in there, but they don't. So I'm actually wrestling with myself to think, well, have I done a trick for them? Do they think I've done a trick? But I like the fact that it hasn't ended. They may keep it, they may not keep it. I don't care. I win either way. And if you do a card to envelope, I highly suggest you try this just to see what the reaction gets. I know you might say, well, I want to finish the trick and I want there to be the applause, but magic isn't just about that. It's about making people think about things, giving them something else to think about, rather than how did you do that? And Schrodinger's card is just the perfect way to get them to think about something else.
Well, one of the things that I've kind of always remembered throughout the years is flipping through some of the old IBM linking rings and seeing your picture in there with a giant cigarette.
Oh, okay.
And that was because you won the IBM
You're a stalker.
close up. I just always remember that picture. I always wanted a giant cigarette. I thought it was so cool. Was that a pants load? How did you get that thing out of there, by the way?
I'm not telling you.
Dang.
I'm not telling you. For $100, I'll tell you.
So, right. Sneaky. That was a callback. That was good.
Go on then.
Basically, just that was kind of like my way of talking about the fact that you won the IBM close-up competition. Several different questions. I guess the first one would be, how do you put together a competition act? I guess that's a kind of a general question, but
Yep. Competition acts kind of a little bit different to
because it kind of lives on its own thing. It's not really like a real world type thing.
Yeah, I just said it's not the real world stuff because you're being judged, and you're being judged on method and technique.
And generally, there's like a theme, or it's better if there is a theme.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do a competition act, it needs to be an act. If you just put tricks together, do that trick, put them away, here's another trick. What I like to do, and this is what I did for the IBM act, is I actually set down a party popper on the table. And it was left there for the whole of the act. And then at the end, I came full circle.
Oh, that's right, yeah, the ring. Yeah.
Remind me about full circle. I'll come back to that, coming full circle. So what I did was I created a series of routines that were all linked together. And in actual fact, I couldn't take out any one element from the act because then the whole routine...
It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, something would be missing. So I would say if you're going to do an act, think that there's two ways to think about it. Either do things that you think the judges will know, the effect, but do it in a way that they won't know. So for me, that was a coin matrix. They know, they've seen a coin matrix before, but I did it in a totally new way that they didn't know, and I know it fooled them because I spoke to them afterwards. So either do something that they have seen before in a way that they don't know, or do something that they've never seen before. And for me, that was the party popper, because they didn't know what to expect. They've never seen a trick going, oh, he's doing that party popper trick. It didn't exist. Yeah. So for me, that's the two elements to look for. And if you mix and match, it's really good. You're throwing the judges all around the place. Yeah. So that's what I would suggest for trying to do an act. Come up with an act and think about what the judges are expecting.
Having actually done it, I'm assuming you did more than just that one. You probably did a couple of smaller competitions before that one, or did you just do that one competition?
Yeah, if you're going to do a big national competition, don't make that your first one. Just try it out on anybody.
Sure.
Not just your friends and family. This has been said by everybody, because they will only give you good feedback. They won't want to hurt your feelings by going, everything was bad. Mm-hmm. They're not going to tell you that. Try it at the local magic club and ask for not negative criticism. What I'm trying to say is, don't say to people, I just want you to, what did you think? Just say, if there's anything at all that you didn't like, didn't make sense, whatever, please tell me. And just try it. Okay? I don't know whether it's, for me, what you should give it 5 years, 3 years. I don't think there's a specific time, because everybody's different. You know, you may come up with an act and in 1 year have it down pat and know exactly everything about it. Maybe not quite 1 year. But just do it as many times as you can in the kind of environment that you think a competition would be in. Big rooms, wherever. So that's what I would do.
Very cool. Having done it, do you have any parting advice for someone who is kind of like working on one right now or wants to do it?
Yeah, don't do them. No.
Honesty, that's good honesty.
Carry on doing them. I think some people say there's no point to competition.
It could be anything from like technical advice to philosophical advice, whatever you want.
Okay. Technical advice: don't mess up. But from the other things, I would do competitions. I know there are some people that will say, what's the point of doing magic competitions?
Because it's art, you shouldn't judge art, blah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and who cares in the real world? Mm-hmm. And it does actually make a difference, because it's a stepping stone. It's not the pinnacle. You can, if you're supposed to be good, you've won awards, you've worked for these people, that person, whatever. So it's just something else that says that you have won a competition where it's judged by magicians. And lay people are really impressed that you can fool other magicians. Yeah? So if you can win any type of competition, because on your websites you can just build it up as much as you like. It's funny to see people saying competition winners, knowing which competition they've actually won. So you can use it as a stepping stone for bigger things, or I've won this competition, I've done this. It just adds to your reputation as a magician.
Something that I have kind of enjoyed over the years is the destination box. I always thought that was a cool idea, just because it's a perfect example of a classic effect that kind of everybody can relate to, the Hennig or Caps kind of card to box. But you change the moment, and that's a cool thing. Is that something that you've applied to lots of other tricks? And what was the starting point? Were you just kind of playing with the effect and didn't like the way it handled at the end? I'm just curious.
Well,
and by the way, once again, there might be people that don't know what it is, so it's kind of like the card to box with an extra box.
Yeah, it's a card to box.
Almost like nest of boxes feel to it.
It is I haven't thought of it, but I guess it is a nest of boxes. But it is. Well, actually, I've got it here.
Oh, that's.
I won't open it because it's actually locked, and I haven't got the key. With me. So it's like Schrodinger's box. There is something in here, and there isn't. But this is the destination box, and I used to do Mike Close's Big Surprise.
Oh, okay.
When I was working in restaurants, it's a great routine, and I would dump it out. There'd be the extra item in there, and then you would open up. There was a piece of paper, and that would be in there. But it's always this movement of having to do a shuttle pass with the object that they know what the object is. Mm-hmm. And so you have to do a very good shuttle pass. That is a very good shuttle pass, see? You have to do a very good shuttle pass because people are watching.
It's the heat of the moment.
It is. It's the same thing as doing a switch on the table. They see the item in there. Some people say that's when they relax. I haven't always found that to be the case. people are actually interested in their item and they're watching, and you still have to do a move. And I didn't really like doing the move with the item. And this actually came about just from playing around. And that's something else I would advise. Just play around with anything. There's no such thing as a bad idea. If something doesn't work, it's not a waste of time. You've tried something and you realize that it doesn't work. And I found some little tins of, there was actually throat pastels. Yeah, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. It looked interesting, and I realized that actually a folded card fits up in there. Well, if I have that tin inside something else, I can do a shuttle pass with the tin, and they still don't know anything's happened.
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah.
It is this thing that I really like.
So you've done the move, but still nothing visually has happened.
Exactly. You've done the move. The trick is over before they realize what's happened. Yeah. It's the same thing with the red card on there. I switch it out before they know anything's happened. Same thing with the destination box. It's switched out before anything's happened. It's changing that moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's not a big difference, but it is big enough to just make a difference.
Great. Another favorite effect is your key bending, which is
okay. We've got time to talk about all the things with key bending.
I'm drawing a blank. Love and hate.
It's the love and hate. The effects is called flexion. The product is called flexion.
And one of the things is just the idea of kind of. I mean, anybody can present a spoon bend or a coin bend or a key bend, but the idea of kind of inflecting some emotion into it, because you kind of talk about, I think some people would be hesitant to ask someone to think about somebody they hate.
Yeah, and there's been there was actually a lot about this online with people saying, how can you get someone to think about a person that they hate? What sort of presentation is that? And I think it's a fine presentation. If you don't know it, I do have two keys, and I say on one of them I'd like you to write the initials of someone you really, really hate. And then in the other key they write the initials of someone that they really, really love. And the key with the initials of the person that they hate in their hands is the one that's bent. So it's just a standard key bend using the flexion gimmick, which I won't explain, but you can buy it. But the thing is that I want love and hate. I want some emotional input. It's not about the keys. It's about them thinking about the person that they hate. And I've had all sorts of levels of people having to think about it, and they go, okay, I've got someone.
I got somebody.
Yeah. Or they go, oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to think
oh, there's someone I absolutely
Which one do you want me to think of?
And so they're straight into it. There's a lot of things of like, if you borrow a coin and you write their initials on and you go, look what I can do in my hands, I can bend it. I don't like that sort of magic, the look what I can do type.
Yeah, they instantly have like a personal vested interest in it.
Yeah, it's about their emotions for someone that they hate. And I get them to think about the person and send that energy into their hands. So everything is happening in their hands, but they're concentrating on someone that they hate. And the bend happens in their hands, but the key bending is kind of incidental to the emotional input. But with the love and hate thing, if you don't want to do love and hate, you can do someone you dislike. But I always say that's a bit like having all the range of ice cream and going for vanilla. Just go the whole way. You can still have a lot of fun with it, and they will have a lot of fun with it. So it's not as though everyone's at a party and now it's like, oh God, he's getting me to think of someone I hate. It's not that. It is really upbeat, even though we're talking about something negative. So I would just go with it.
Cool.
Yep.
Back to the book test. I just had a thought while you're performing it. I often like to take a standard book test and just transfer it to a magazine, just to do something topical. Would pretty much work the same way?
That would work the same way. If you can flip through the pages, that would be fine. With magazines, there may be loads of a few more pictures.
Sure.
So you can do it with pictures.
Yeah, that's great, because then you could do a design duplication almost.
Absolutely. So you just need to know the starting page of the magazine. You can actually, as I say, find a good picture on 2 pages, work backwards. If you want to do it for a magazine test, That's the Nathan Kranzo, Jon Allen collaboration that will be coming out.
That's just always fun because then you can show them, like, I've got the current time, the current, which is cool.
If you wanted to do it, like, even with a map of the world and
there you go.
countries, the whole thing with this is this is not the finite. I'm not telling you this is how you have to do things. If you don't want to do heroes, I mean, I suggest you do, but it just gives you an idea. Don't use playing cards or just objects. Think of some other things. That's not a book test as such. It's something with pages. Yeah. So go out and just try and find different ways to do things. If you change the objects, sometimes you can totally change the entire effect and not just the presentation.
Well, like you said, it just has to have pages because you're using that kind of like psychological stop force.
A catalogue. There you can have a catalogue with with a prediction on it. You can have all sorts of things.
Great. One of my other favorite things that you did was, or that you didn't do tonight, but that you've done over the years is your handling of the kind of the classic. I don't know what you call it. Smash
and stab.
Smash your hand. Let's not smash your hand.
Yeah, please don't hurt
yours
yourself.
is one of the rare versions that really is totally free of any danger. There's not really any danger involved unless you like fall or something.
Yeah. If you're not set up and you accidentally trip over and land on it, but I suggest you don't.
I'm just curious from a creativity standpoint. Was that your goal, or did you just like the effect and wanted kind of like a safer handling, or was the goal to just do it completely safe?
Yeah. Well, there's a clip on YouTube of various people hurting themselves.
Can we cut to the clip?
No.
No.
And I looked at it, and a lot of people, and it's so bad, but they say you've either got to be an idiot or drunk to get it wrong. And that's really bad because, no, you have to be a human being with a brain that can get rewired or, however the human brain works and makes mistakes.
Just forget.
Yeah. So I was watching the clip and I'm going, why are all these people messing up? It's not because they're stupid. It's not because they're drunk. There's some very good, very famous magicians that have made mistakes. And again, I won't go into the method as such, but I looked at it and I thought, I know why they're all hurting themselves. And it was that was the problem I wanted to solve. So that was my starting point. A lot of times, if I'm working on something, it will be a premise, like the heroes, something like that, or wouldn't it be good if, and then think of a statement or something like that. I have a book test which starts off, I'd like to think of a word that you don't know. Which is quite hard to do. It's a really good way to start. Think of a word you don't know. And that automatically gets people interested.
It's funny because it's almost like that same duality, kind of, You know it, but you don't know it.
Oh, I know. No, I don't know. No, I don't. But with the pain game, it started the other way. I wanted to come up with a method. And a lot of times, I won't start with a method. But for the pain game, I looked at the mistakes that happened and realized that I could create a version where that mistake wouldn't happen. And you would never be in a situation where you could actually get it wrong. And funnily enough, I did it on the Penn and Teller show in England, which again you can see online. And I changed it slightly. There was a worry about the girl that I used.
Okay, because you used a spectator,
no,
helper.
Spectators do not exist. But I used
That's
someone.
just a plug for his old DVD.
Ordinarily, I wouldn't bring someone up to use their hand. I don't like to do that.
Oh, but you wanted to involve her? Or you were asked to involve her?
I wanted to get the choices because the person makes the choices, not me. But they wanted me to use her hand, so I did.
Gotcha.
But there was no danger of her actually injuring themselves.
Cool.
And don't call people spectators. Ask me why.
Why don't you? Why don't we call people spectators?
I just have it's one of my little pet peeves for magicians. They call them spectators. And I just think spectators are people that go to sports stadiums and they don't do anything. They just sit there and they don't do anything. And I'm pretty sure, and you'll be able to back me up on this, you don't go to an American football game, the referee comes out, stands in the middle and goes, does anybody have a ball I can borrow? No. They just sit there and they do nothing. For my performances, I don't want people to sit there and do nothing. I don't even want that to enter my mind that they're sitting there doing nothing. I don't want to call them spectators, think about them as spectators. They are just people. They are an audience, participants. It's very grand. But I just want them to be able
members
to,
of the
to
committee.
join in. Members of the community.
The committee. Just those old terms that they have in the magic books.
It sounds like they're actually marking me,
right.
but they're not. But I don't want that sort of image of them just sitting there passively to come in, because then it will rub off on my performance style. And I've seen so many people do tricks for people. And I don't want to do tricks for people. I want to get them involved. So that's why spectators don't exist.
One of the things that people will probably want to ask you about is how to kind of put together, not necessarily a competition act, but just any act. Like, for example, the stab effect. Would you consider that more of a middle piece or a finale piece? And not that I'm necessarily asking you, but I think a lot of people struggle with whether it's a 5-minute restaurant set or a 20-minute stand-up set, how to put pieces where.
Yep.
And I think that you're good at that, so if you could just talk about that for a second.
Well, the pain game or a smash and stab, any of the big pieces, don't put it right at the end. A lot of people will want to finish with a big crescendo and go, yes, that's it. But it's always nice to finish with something a little bit softer. And you get this, again, with films and with TV shows where they maybe have the big climactic battle, but the film doesn't end there. There's always a little bit at the end, maybe with a love interest or something. So the films and TV shows know that you don't finish with the big climax right at the end. There's always something afterwards. So if I were to do an act, and I would have, is that like the pain game or something like that, that would always go not at the end, but the one right before the end, and they'll finish up with something smaller that maybe shows a little bit of my personality or a bit of humility or something that just endears me somehow to the audience, and it just brings it down just a little bit. So I think throughout an act, you shouldn't just build towards the end and then just taper off. An act should be just like a roller coaster. So you're building things and have just some light and shade within an act. And so that's, if you're talking about a stage act or something like that, even with close-up.
Yeah, do you think that translates the same way to close-up?
Yeah, you shouldn't just have one powerful trick after another, after another, after another. Even with, like slasher movies or something like that, there's a little bit of comedy in there. And even with comedies, it's not just laugh after laugh after laugh. You get some serious moments. And so even with a magic act, don't just one strong after another strong. It's too much for the audience. They need to recover. And that's why something like the clicker is really good. It just gives them a moment to break away, a little bit of respite from all this imagery of how are you doing this? How are you messing with my mind sort of thing. A couple of moments just to break it off, and then you can go back in. And that's true for close-up or stage or any type of act.
Something that I always kind of ask pretty much any magician I meet is, do you have like a go-to opener? If somebody says, hey, show me something really quick. Because I think all of us do. We have like that one thing that we'll kind of do really quick if we're in that situation. Yep. Do you mind sharing? Or it could even be a couple of different.
As in an informal situation?
It could be either. It could be like a informal, but I'm thinking more like close up as opposed to stage or stand up.
Just a very simple
very quick
thing. If it's one, and I actually did this for a waitress in a restaurant while I was here in America.
Oh, cool.
And I would say, what I'd like you to do is just to touch a card.
Do you want me to touch one?
Oh, yeah, you can come here. You can be a waitress in America.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Okay. You don't look like her, but anyway, I'd like you just to touch the back of a card. Okay, that one there. Okay, I'd like to remember that card. We'll show the camera. Just remember the card.
Okay.
All right. That's fine. Okay. And we don't need to do it, okay? Now, I'll just tell you, it's the, hang on a second, 4 of clubs.
Correct.
Yep. Now, that's what I would do, just something very, very quick, but that's actually reminded me of something. I ask you to point to a card. You can get someone to think of a card. What I will normally say is, not all the cards are here, and I need you to think of one. Yeah. If I ask you to think of a card, I don't need to show you the cards.
That's true.
You know what the names of cards are. Why
Plus,
do I need to
I'm
show
coming
them
up
to
with
you?
that problem all the time because I'm like destroying cards. So sometimes I actually don't have the card that they name. So
if they just name a card and go, yeah, I've got one, you go, well, I may have torn it up on the
Right.
previous table or something like that.
2 tables ago.
So, and your card is torn up over there. So by saying not all the cards are here, but I need you to touch one, and it's just this simple thing of, okay, there's a whole presentation I would do of picture
Sure.
in your mind, okay, just like this, think of it, and just a simple touch, and you go, yep, 4 clubs. And it freaks people out. It's this whole mentalism. I think
It's very direct.
Yeah.
They just think of a card and you know.
I
there's
won't
no-
go, okay, you want to see a trick? Okay, let me get these 4 cards. And
Right.
if I just do this and the backs change and now there's some coins and now they don't want to see that. If they say, I want to see a trick, just do something really, really quick. Okay.
I agree. And I think you touched on something that's great too, is the revelation is kind of like the journey for them. You could just say, hey, it's 4 clubs. And that
Yep.
would be cool, but if you do the touch thing and adding that whole thing,
It just adds up. Did he just do, in England they'll just go, yeah, it's a card trick. But it's kind of, you do it over here and you play it seriously. Yeah, you go, picture it, honestly, think about it. You've done something. So many times you just go, okay, it's the 4 of clubs. You go, well, how did you know? How did
it's
you know?
kind of just giving it a moment.
Yeah. Even if you said, just stare at the tip of my finger, excellent, 4 of clubs. Just give them something, some reason for
It's amazing how much better that is than just changing it, adding that one thing, stare at the tip of my finger. That's so much cooler.
It's an emotional hook. And now, would you like me to show you the force? Yeah? Would you like me to show you the force? All right. This is my go-to force. I think DJ asked me what happens if I miss. If I need to force a card, I won't go for the classic force. I won't go for a slip card. This is the one that I do. Let's get one that will look good on card. Actually, let me get the 4 of clubs. I will spread the cards and ask them to touch a card. So let's suppose it's this one here. Yeah. What I should do is this, to show the card, and it will be the King of Diamonds. But here's what I'm really doing. I will spread through the cards. They will stop me at a card. And as my hands come up, I'm going to reverse spread. Yeah? So instead of showing this card, I'm going to show the bottom card, which is the 4 of clubs. Yeah? So it's this card here. The cards are spread. As I come up, I reverse spread, and I put this force card behind the rest of the deck. So it looks as though that's come from the middle. And I turn my head, so I'm up here, and I turn my head as though I don't want to look, and I say, okay, have you got it? Is that fair? And I put it back. So from the audience's point of view, that's the card they touched that was in the middle of the deck, but as you can see, it's reversed. I'll just do that at full speed. I'll do the ace of clubs this time, but if you get a close-up of my hands, I'll show it to you. So they touch any card, I'm going to force the ace of clubs. It's here, and it's there. But the fact that this comes behind, as though it's in the middle, and I want to be very, very fair, say, have you got it? It's the ace of clubs, and that is my go-to force.
That's
That's what I would do if somebody just wants to see a trick.
Do you know who originated that move? Or?
I know it's...
There's kind of like a long history. Like Pete Fortin has the reverse spread, and Lee Asher's got the losing
does
control.
a lot of work with it.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't know if any of them have done it as a force, but I know both of them have done work on the reverse
Right.
spread.
And the reverse spread is a very diabolical thing because unless you've had cards in your hands, it'll fool magicians because it's like a left-right thing too. If you're left-handed and you're doing it and you're reverse spreading, then you're actually spreading the correct way.
Yep.
So it looks really deceiving.
And I honestly believe that non-magicians, they can spot technique, but they can't spot sneaky. Sneaky in English, I think it means something different in America. But I don't know what the definition is that you're being really sly and doing something that's like, I can't believe you got away with that type of thing. So if it was technique about a pass or a force, or I could do something really sneaky like a reverse spread, I would go for a reverse spread because, as you said, it will fly by
It's so subtle, yeah.
Yeah, subtle is so much better than just.
I think that's really cool because that's like a perfect example of what I was looking for. Just, because everybody's got that one really simple, strong effect, and it's just a card revelation, but we forget how powerful a simple card revelation.
People don't want routines. You might say sponge balls.
Right.
Very, very powerful.
You might not have time to get into that,
Maybe not, but just get them to think of a card, do something impressive, let them know what the card is, and you're a deity.
Awesome.
There you go.
I think, let me just double check to see if we have any more live questions, but I think one of the last things I wanted to talk about or just have you mention was your experience on a really cool TV show called Penn and Teller's Fool Us.
Yep.
I think it's awesome because not only do a lot of magicians like myself kind of want to be on a television show, so that's cool that you were on a television show, but it was also with Penn and Teller, who is like idols to a lot of magicians, so it was like double cool for that reason. So
sure.
First of all, like, how long did you get to prepare for it? And then I guess I'll ask some other questions as you talk.
Okay. It was definitely quite a few months.
Okay, so you did have a little bit of time.
I had a little.
Because I envisioned everybody getting a call like 2 days before. Hey, you want to?
No. It's a little. It was very, very different to like the Your Country's Got Talent.
Right.
In that they did really want to put on a very good show. That's the main thing. They like magic, and they wanted to be able to put on a really, really good magic show. So everyone was asking, what do you want to do? And Johnny Thompson for us was the advisor. So he came up with some really, really good ideas to help make it look better for television. And so I had plenty of time to work on it. The idea about what effects should I do, that I had a few effects, and I decided which ones may look good on TV, which ones that I think would work. And in the end, I did decide on the pain game. But just for that particular show, I wanted to change it slightly. So if you do see it, you'll notice that there's a few variations on the actual routine. But it was quite an exercise to take something and figure out a slightly different way to do it, which I actually encourage people to do. There is this phrase, slightly off topic, but I think it's important. If it ain't broke, you probably said, don't break it. But I say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. But I say, if it ain't broke, then break it. Which means don't just be satisfied with the way that things are. Just tamper with it and see what happens. You might totally ruin something, but at least you know. But if you change something slightly, well, maybe that'll lead you down a different road. Yeah? And that's why I hate the word ultimate. That means everything's fine. Let's not change anything. I will always look at a magic effect and anything that you've seen here tonight. If you want to change it, feel free. You may come up with a different presentation or a totally different effect. So I would always suggest that people do that. I did it slightly with the Penn and Teller stuff, and it kind of worked for me.
For people that don't know or haven't seen the clip, you performed your handling of the...
Yeah, I did the smash and stab routine, or the pain game, but it's the smash and stab style.
Now, if you were given another chance to go on, would you actually go on again? Did you enjoy the experience?
It was very interesting. I recommend everyone get on TV.
And I'm assuming you probably had experience with television before. You've done like news and things like that, so it probably wasn't your first time.
You make it sound like I'm a criminal. He's on the news.
he was on the
police
the evening news.
Yeah.
Police blotter.
But no, it wasn't the first time I'd been on TV.
But maybe that big a scale.
Yeah, it was the first time I'd been asked. It was like a show, a magic show. But TV is great, and actually linking back to competitions. Competitions can actually teach you a lot about timing. If you work in a restaurant, you've kind of got timing, but it's a little bit loose. But with a competition act, you might be working to 8 minutes. You might be working to 12 minutes. And if you're doing TV, especially if it's live, they are not going to let you go 30 seconds over because they've got a commercial break to go to. So actually doing competitions will actually stand you in good stead for doing TV, where you have those constraints. So working on the Penn and Teller show, I did have my constraints. Certain things, no, it's going to be too long, and so it did actually have to get changed a little bit. So that was That was actually really interesting to work on.
And when you actually are, in front of the audience and the lights are burning and it's the live, it's got to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, although...
Is it surreal? Like, were you, like, kind of, like, out of your body at the moment, or were you, like, present? Because sometimes when I'm, like, in front of a lot of people, I just feel like I'm, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not really there. It's, like,
well,
surreal.
It's weird because you're backstage, and then they call my name, and I'm out there, and it's a weird thing, and this is actually something I wish I'd have known when I was doing it, because there was about 600 people in the audience.
But people watching is a lot more.
It's being taped. So although I'm doing a live show,
Sure.
I mean, this is live and it's going out to people, but that was a live show for people, but it was being taped. So in a way, the taping was far more important than the live show.
I see.
And so if I wanted to, I could have stopped if I wanted to. But part of me was thinking, I'm doing a show for people. They're here, yeah. And so I didn't think about the TV bit. I was caught up in the live performance.
That's cool.
So if you are doing TV but it's not live, remember, just stop. It's fine. Tape doesn't cost anything. Digital tape doesn't cost anything. If you're not happy with something, stop and do it again.
I agree.
Thank you.
I'm looking at our Twitter feed, and the last question we had was actually somebody who wanted you to teach the card and envelope, but you have to wait for that.
Well, yeah, that will be...
it will be available
it's
eventually.
on the DVD, but...
I just didn't want, Raphael Blanger. He keeps asking me, he's like, answer my question, so I just want to do that.
I will answer your question, but it may not be the answer that you want. There are different types of envelopes where you can load... different kinds of wallets where you can load an envelope into... I'll start that one again. There are different types of wallets where you can load a card into an envelope. As I say, I'm not going to teach one because they're commercially available items, and it's however you want to do it. If you just want, well, I'll tell you how to get the card into the envelope.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll tell you that.
He's going to make his night, Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael, watch. It's for you, and the others can watch as well. You need one of these types of envelopes where they open up the flap from the long side, and you're going to iron this. It's one of these weird things that magicians do. You're at home and someone comes in and says, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I'm just ironing an envelope," as we do. So what you want is for this to be open. Yeah. So you want this side to be open. Ironing it loosens the glue, and it's fine. Then what you need to be able to do is to seal it down like this. And you want to get some, I think it's not Elmer's glue over here.
Rubber cement?
Rubber cement. Get some rubber cement on this side, rubber cement on that side. Don't let them touch, otherwise you'll stick. You can take a card if you want to. This is what I do. Just take a card and just leave it like this so that the two sides won't touch. Yeah. When they're dry, that's where you can load it into one of the wallets that enable you to do the card in envelope. Yeah. So the card will go in, and then now when you press the two glue bits together, it's sealed. Yeah. And here's a little tip, and it's a small point, but it's important. If I just have an envelope like that, you're watching it on screen, you can't tell if that's sealed or whether it's just closed. But if you put a sticker on here, either a big red sticker, or if I were you, a sticker with your contact details on, that's a visual clue that that is actually sealed. It's the same thing with a locked box. If that was just a keyhole, you can't really tell, well, you can't tell if the box is locked or not. But by having a padlock, that's visible sign that that's locked. So get yourself a sticker on here. It says it's sealed, and it brings all the attention onto this bit. The envelope is sealed. You can take it out the wallet and hand it out. So I hope that's
awesome. We answered his question. He just chimed in. He's like, I answered 5 times. I asked you a question 5 times.
I usually wait for 6. So 5, you are actually very lucky.
I think everybody would probably agree that we've seen some cool magic today. I really appreciate you coming out and sharing your thoughts with us.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to wrap it up and just give you a handshake,
Thank
Mr.
you very
Allen.
much indeed, as we do in England. Thank you very much indeed.
All the way across from the pond. thank everybody at home that's watching.
Thank you very much for
supporting
watching.
live magic.
Always support live magic.
It's an awesome thing.
Absolutely.
And from Penguin Live, see you next time.
See ya.